They've been able to get these deals done. You know, the sky was falling when the Bucs win the Super Bowl and they're able to re-sign all their guys back. The sky is falling. They're able once again to re-sign all their guys. The sky is falling with Levante David and Jamel Dean supposedly going somewhere else, and they re-sign them. So I think this is where you have faith in Jason Light and Mike Greenberg. and Jacqueline Davidson over there because they know what they're doing. And Bucs fans, just sit back, relax, put your seatbelt on because the rumors will be flying about Mike Evans supposedly going to those places that I mentioned in Kansas City, Houston, even the Chicago Bears. But at the end of the day, my prediction right now, it is a lock. Baker Mayfield will come back. Mike Evans will come back. Antoine Winfield will come back. Tristan Wirfs will come back. Levante David will come back. This organization and the administration knows what the hell they're doing. Just sit back and relax. Peter Blake of the J.P. Peterson Show. This question is for Jason. You talk about free agency, possibly having a boat parade, if you will. You re-sign all your other guys. When is the boat parade for you, Jason?
Well, I think if you go back to my quote, we need to get Antoine secured long-term and do a deal with Tristan. So after that, we'll have the boat parade.
Baker, James.
I'll be on a boat on Friday, though. So just so you know.
All right, welcome back to another edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. As my intro is not working tonight, I'm your host, Peter Blake. How do we start off the sports web? Bring your passion, bring your excitement, just don't bring any nonsense. So it has been a busy day for not only myself, but the J.P. Peterson Show. So we got lots in store for you tonight. Of course, talk to you about your Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield in the press conference today. So we'll get to some of that sound. You heard me putting it out there to Jason Light about the boat parade. Oh, yeah, it's going to happen with the whole band coming back. You got Levante David re-signing yesterday. Carlton Davis shipped out for a third-round pick. Jordan Whitehead coming back. So many things to talk about tonight. I didn't get a lot of guests because I want to hear from all you Bucs fans out there. The phone lines are open. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. On tonight's show, we'll have the legend himself, Mr. Leo Haggerty, from our Coach Scout and now media member of Night Sports Productions and Amped Up Sports, and the return of the Greek, Harry the Greek, on with me. So without further ado, let's see if the music works here, shall we? Let's get out to Mr. Harry the Greek. Here we go. Professional handicapper extraordinaire of the sports web, Mr. Harry the Greek. Welcome back to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television tonight. How do you like that question? How does that camera shot sit with you? Is that beautiful or what?
It was poetry. A boat, really? A boat?
A boat.
That I gotta tell you what, I've heard some questions and then I've heard some questions, bro. It was like, if you could drop a mic, I think it was hilarious. Because first off, the questions were, everything was geared to Baker Mayfield. Peter comes up, hey Jason, I got a question for you.
It's Jason. It's friggin' Jason Light. I'm gonna say
look, he's not Jesus, but did you look at the face of Baker Mayfield when you asked that? He's like,
that's all right. That's okay.
I could see Leo in the back going, he really did ask that question.
I did. I asked that question, and you know where I learned a question like that from? The legend himself, Mr. Leo Haggerty. Here we go. You know why? Because it made everybody laugh. Here we go. All right, former Coach Scout and now media member of Night Sports Productions, Amped Up Sports, Leo Haggerty. What did you think of that question? Like that question of Jason Light? I mean, he's there. You got to ask it. I took after you. I had to make everybody laugh. Everybody's so serious in there. We're so serious here. Everybody just needs to lighten up there. I had to lighten up the room. Welcome to the Evolution, my friend.
Peter, I like the answer more than anything.
Right.
He said,
I'll be on a boat this week.
Yeah, but then he said, we can't have a boat parade till we get Antoine and Tristan under contract. And I'll tell you what the Bucs general manager, Jason Light, and his compadres down there are really good at is what we like to call delaying the agony.
Mm-hmm.
They spread things out so they don't have to worry about this for another 2 years. And you know what's going to happen in 2 years? That salary cap's going to jump another 20, 30, 40 million.
Yeah.
They know that. So what they have to convince the players of, and they do a great job of this, is we're going to give you front guaranteed money for a year or two.
Yeah.
And they did a great job of it. I mean, they got Baker for basically what their budget was. They got Evans for basically what their budget was. The problem is they got to figure out how to get Winfield now. And Wirtz is a year. Wirtz is a year away. They can deal with him later, but they did a masterful job of not breaking the bank, and that's huge.
They did, absolutely. And I tell you what, guys, that kind of mentions my co-host there, Mr. JP Peterson, his question today for Baker Mayfield. So let me put you both in the lobby. We'll go out to that because I want to get as much sound as possible. Because listen, when you get the opportunity to cover a press conference for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you come out guns a-blazing. You get your 4K camera ready. You get your mics ready. You get your sound ready. And here we go.
Baker, JP Peterson, Fanstream Sports, Tampa Bay. Given the terms of the contract and what Kirk Cousins got, comparable, or maybe you could argue a better younger player yourself, is it fair to say that you left some money on the table here to get these other guys done, as Jason's been able to get all your teammates done and there's more work to do? And was that part of the strategy?
For me, I said it immediately after our Detroit game. Following the loss, there's to build a winning team and to have a lot of the key pieces that we needed back to continue this run and improve it. Some sacrifice have to be made. Now, listen, this is life-changing money, and I'm not going to act like otherwise. It's something that I've worked extremely hard for over the years and many years of football. So I'm grateful for it. And there's nothing to be ashamed about. There's nothing to say, oh, well, he got more. And then it's not that mentality, knowing that we have a chance to bring back some key pieces and make a further run in the playoffs. That's important to me. I'm a winner at heart. I hate losing. So knowing that we get a lot of guys back and we can continue to build this for years to come it's a special thing.
No state taxes.
That's a good point.
Use that one a lot.
So there you go. Welcome back to the Evolution on Sports Talk Television. We'll go out to Harry, go out to Leo there. Yes.
I had a question. I think it would have been very pertinent because the Greek would love to have asked them that question.
Sure. I mean, listen, and this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to work your way out there.
No, and I know Leo would have loved this, Leo.
Sure.
I would have said, Baker, all of Tampa wants to know, did you save a whole bunch of money on your car insurance by switching to Geico? That's what I want to know. I mean, is he going to make Tampa his home like he did in Cleveland? Is it going to be the same way? Hey, you got to shut the lights off,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, don't you guys do remember the commercial?
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And JP actually asked him another question like that, the same thing. Are you going to live in Raymond James Stadium? And he was smirking about that, having a good time.
Oh, man. So he stole my thunder. You see that, JP, already?
Yep. And then, of course, Light. I don't know if you saw this today. We'll get back to that point about Kirk Cousins in a minute, Leo. But, Jason Light called him a prick. And
Who did Jason Light call a prick?
He called Baker Mayfield that.
When?
Yeah, called it during the press conference.
A prick.
Said, yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. He did.
Wait, what was the connotation behind that?
Well, it was during the press conference on his attitude and stuff, and Baker shook his head and said, "Yeah, absolutely, yes." So yeah, it's true. You had to listen to the.
But you want that from your quarterback. You want him to be that guy.
That's exactly what he said, Leo. That's the reason why you're a legend here. He actually said that he's an offensive lineman, really in a quarterback's body. So.
Do you know who else they said that about? Leo knows exactly who I'm talking about. Do you remember? Okay, Leo. Any idea what former quarterback was also said about I'll give you a
No,
hint. He used to headbutt his offensive lineman.
I know. I was going to just say Jim McMahon
Yeah, it was.
considered a super prick,
Oh, yeah.
but he was loved dearly by his teammates.
Yes.
You know, I know this is all Tampa, but you guys know I love sharing stories. And I remember I still have Peter, when I see you as well as Leo, I still have the Sports Illustrated actual cover. The whole thing's wrapped in plastic. And it was the year that Jim McMahon was drafted by the Chicago Bears. And there's this whole there's 4-page article in there. And I still remember the story like it was yesterday. You know, he got drafted by the Bears. They're at Hallis Hall, and they sent a limousine to go pick up Jim McMahon from the airport. And it's the first time that Ditka, George Hallis, God rest his soul, the McCaskies, everybody's sitting there, Buddy Ryan, they're all waiting for him. And here comes this guy. He gets out of this limousine, and they're looking through these big plate windows out, okay, like 30 yards out.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of staring out there, and they're kind of shaking their head. Who is that?
Yeah.
He's walking in with a cigar, a cooler, like a little cooler, little Playmate cooler. He
Sure.
walks in, he opens the door, he sees everybody standing there. People are going to shake his hands, nothing. He sits down in this chair. He leans over,
Mm-hmm.
opens up a can of Budweiser, puts it on George Hallis's desk, Papa Bear Hallis,
Right.
takes his feet, puts them up on top of the desk, pulls the stogie out as Mike Ditka is lowing like this.
Mm-hmm.
Lights it up. Hallis pushes the ashtray over to him. He puts it down. He goes, "Hey, gentlemen, how are you?" And he's looking around the room. And Hallis said, "You're not here to impress anybody, are you?" And he goes, "Fuck no. I'm here to play football."
Yep, that's it.
And
That's
that was the exact quote. So when Jason Light just called him a prick, I believe it.
Well,
I
let
am
me
telling you, it was. I got to show you the article because they got the F, and then they got it bleeped out on Sports Illustrated because you weren't allowed to say that. And
No.
forgive my language, but that's exactly what Jim McMahon told him. I'll tell you what, it was a great story.
I'm going to read this comment during the news conference because I couldn't believe it either. But of course, I got it on recording there, so I'll have to get that soundbite. But Bucs general manager Jason Light was asked about Mayfield's mental and physical toughness and how much he matters to him in the organization. Light's answer made the entire room burst into laughter, which I was there. I was laughing my ass off. He set the tone on this team with his for lack of a better word, 1 out of 10. He's probably a 10 on the prick scale. And Mayfield injected, "Thank you. I'll take that." I mean, that's my quarterback here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Leo, going back to it, you look at that contract.
Prick.
Bucks, love it, man, love it. I love the attitude. He's cocky, he's confident, he's ready to turn the page. And then furthermore, him putting his shoulder down and going for a third down or a fourth down. That's what I love. I love that moxie. I love that grit. Like Christopher Cole said, gritty, not pretty. But Leo, you look at this contract overall compared to Kirk Cousins, and Cousins is older, coming off an ACL injury. I mean, it's a bargain for the Bucs at this point.
Oh, absolutely. And interestingly enough, when you look at the Cousins situation, his wife and his in-laws are all from Atlanta. So that had a lot to do with him wanting to go there. Baker wanted to stay in Tampa.
Yeah.
They just couldn't insult him by giving him a ridiculously low salary. But I'll tell you what, like he said, this is life-changing money. It's big time. The problem you look at with Baker Mayfield is he's never been able to stay healthy to put back-to-back good seasons together.
I agree with you on that. And Leo, I'm going to jump on the piggyback of that because if everybody remembers, okay, I'm the one that turned around and said it's going to take over $30 million a year to retain this guy. There was no way he was coming. And everybody was going, "Oh, you're crazy. You're crazy, Greek. We're going to get him for $10 million a year." That was before they went to the playoffs. And this is, God forbid they go to the playoffs, they win a playoff game. He's going to command $30 to $40 million. Maybe even more. But I said Tampa couldn't afford more than, what was that number? $35 million. There was no
Actually,
way. And guess what? It could have been $35 million a year and guaranteeing them a $250 million. It don't make a difference. It's the guaranteed money. They didn't. They slightly overpaid for him, in my opinion. But you know what? And for today's quarterback market, you got a steal on him. Jason Light, my hat's off to you. Oh, and by the way, I kept comparing it to the Daniel Jones contract. Remember, everybody?
oh boy,
Oh,
Now,
oh
hold
yeah.
on. By Friday, he will be without a job.
Yep, you're absolutely right. All right, guys, hang on here. We got a little special surprise. JP Peterson also did a one-on-one with Baker Mayfield.
Did he call him a prick too?
He did not.
Okay.
It's a pretty good interview. Maybe we should. Maybe that'll pump him up here. Stand by, you idiot. Let me get back to that. We'll go out to JP Peterson here of the JP Peterson Show, a one-on-one with Baker Mayfield, a couple minutes, and then we'll come back to the guys and talk about the rest of the signings the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have done. And, of course, open phone lines as always. But let's get to this one-on-one interview with your starting quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a scale of 1 to 10 as a prick, Baker Mayfield.
I mean, the number had to be right, to be honest with you. And this is, obviously life-changing money. And so for us, knowing that what I proved last year, I was going to take the best opportunity and to a place they wanted to win. Obviously, it came down to this and a place that obviously familiar with, and just love that it's here. I love that I get to come back here and work with those guys, a lot of the same pieces, a lot of the same staff, and then obviously bringing in Liam Cohen, somebody that I'm familiar with. So knowing that we're all going to be able to push each other in the right direction.
You get a sense with Mike's deal and your deal that both of you guys could have hit the open market and probably made more money. Just describe to me what this feeling is like that when you're on a team. You've been on a lot of teams that it seems like everybody's pulling the boat in the same direction.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, Mike's a stud, and the guy's he's a true Hall of Famer. It's done it so consistently for so long. Obviously, stats speak for itself, but he deserved to be here for a lifetime. That guy's earned that. So happy for him. But that's a big part of it. The guys here know they want to win. They can push each other. They're familiar with the surroundings, the community. They've been able to make a huge difference in that aspect. And so for us all to be able to say, listen, we want to do it and we want to work for another Super Bowl, that's what more can you ask for at that point?
And the community has embraced you. I've been out at events that you've been at, and they just love you. And your personality fits this city, right? I mean,
I never try and take myself too seriously. I think, we're all learning as we go on and grow up as well. So they have embraced me, and that's been the best part. And just I've always worn my heart on my sleeves, and I think that's a big part of it because they're so passionate about what they are passionate about, and they do the same thing. So it fits right in.
Is that part of it, staying here, the community as well?
A big part of it, yeah. And obviously, Florida's a good place to live year round, and that was a big part of it as well. So yeah, the people, organization, teammates, it all encompasses and factor. Yeah.
Plus, you want to do the boat parade. The band's back together, but we have this all planned out on the show. We're going to Beer Can Island and the inner tubes.
Yeah. It's getting all the pieces back together was step one. Obviously, looking to have some new additions here in the coming days and coming month for the draft as well, and just to see what type of team we're going to have. And you start from there. It's going to be a special process, and don't want to get too ahead of yourself though either.
All right, welcome back to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. It's the Sports Web. Once again, JP doing that interview from the JP Peterson Show. Of course, Mr. Baker Mayfield. Let's come back out to it. Your thoughts on his comments? I mean, again, genuine, seems like a humble guy, still cocky, but you like that in your quarterback. Talking about how great Mike Evans is and talking about, once again, Harry, getting the band back together to compete for not only an NFC championship, but possibly a Super Bowl here in the next couple of years.
Well, the window's going to be, how do I put it? The window's not really wide open. The window's only cracked open.
It's cracked.
It's cracked. They've got a lot of things to address. Great signings. You're right. They got the main people went ahead and signed, but they've definitely got some holes on this team, especially in the defensive line. They need to get an edge rusher, and I don't know which way you go first. You're going to go for an edge rusher, or you're going to go for someone to protect the quarterback that can't see above the offensive line, okay? Because there were 4 and 5 game stints, okay, this past season where Baker looked just pedestrian, okay?
Correct.
Let's just call it what it is. But still, all in all, he led this team to the playoffs. You can't sell it short. Yes, the division wasn't very good. There was a lot of undertones to it, but they're going to get better if they make the right moves, not just in free agency, but it's imperative that they do it in this draft. And I'd love to defer to Leo on that.
Yeah, let me go out to Leo here, our draft guru, who's been a scout before. Of course, you look at it; it's glaring. Harry mentions it. It's edge rusher. Shaq Barrett signs a 1-year deal with the Miami Dolphins, and then furthermore, they moved on from him because he hasn't been the same player since he got that 19.5 sacks. You have to get younger there. JTS hasn't really shown up. You do have some building blocks in the Kalijah Kancey and, of course, a Yaya Diaby. But it would be nice to not only add an edge rusher, possibly even an offensive lineman on that left side to protect Baker Mayfield. And Harry mentions it. He's a short quarterback who struggled last year to look over the line. What do you do about that? You keep the pressure off of him, right?
Oh, absolutely. You create passing lanes. But I'll tell you what, guys, it's going to be probably the most interesting draft we've seen in a long time. Because if there's quarterbacks going 1, 2, and 3, that's going to kick people down the draft board. You're going to see a lot of teams that are going to look at their draft board and they're going to have a guy at 4 and 5 and they're picking at 15 and they're going to go, we can't take that guy.
Sure.
We need to take somebody else. That is the biggest mistake you can make. You got to trust your draft board. If you think this guy is the guy, and it's going to be for Michael Penix, it's going to be for Bo Nix, you're going to see this, that there's going to be teams in the mid-teens, early 20s drafting. There's going to be a really good quarterback on the board.
Oh, my God, yes.
Michael Penix. You're going to have to look at that board and say, can we afford to do this? Because in 2 years, this is going to look really darn good.
Well, Bo Nix, in my opinion, is not going in the first round. Okay, I'll buy you wings and whatever you want.
Well, you know what, Harry? I would have agreed to you, but if you watch the tape on him, he may be the most accurate quarterback in the draft.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, he absolutely was blowing monkey. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, horrible over at Auburn.
It was the wrong system.
This young man is completely a system quarterback. And unfortunately, there are no Chip Kellys in the NFL. Okay, and that's the system he's going to fit in my opinion. But why do I keep getting this is getting bad. I need to see a doctor. I keep forgetting names. Kid from Tampa, quarterback.
Michael Penix.
Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah.
Penix Jr. Look, he's either going to go top 15 or he's falling right into the lap of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Believe this when I tell you. Okay. And if that's the case, and I'll tell you why I think he falls this far down in the draft, guys. 2 reasons. He's injuries and his age. Okay. You can't commit long term to someone that's going to be 105 years old coming out of the draft in football years. Okay. That's the reality. The guy's been beaten up, but boy, oh boy, oh boy. Anybody see that pass against Texas? He, in my opinion, is probably the most ready quarterback coming in this draft. But since I did bring it up, there was something I didn't like. And I was telling you this, Leo. I was like, Leo, you need to watch a little more tape on this. He's got a real bad habit of not watching where his passes are going. He throws the ball and he's ducking. And you know what that's from, Leo? Getting hit a little too much getting hit a little bit too much in the chin strap. So that makes me kind of wonder, how is he going to react to the speed of the NFL? I'll tell you how he's going to react to it. He's still going to continue to duck and he's going to throw dimes.
Yeah. And somebody asked, did somebody just fart on the podcast? Yes, I played that sound effect there. Thank you very much for noticing. Let me go back out to Leo. You talk about Penix Jr. maybe.
Jesus, there. Peter.
I know. When you said that, he's right. I'm so sorry about that. Did I hurt you? Oh, let me do it again.
Oh God, Peter.
That one was wet.
Peter.
That'll leave a
nothing,
mark.
Peter. Hang on, Peter. Don't get mad. Peter, don't get mad. You got to go wipe. Okay, he'll be back in a minute, folks.
This guy sucks.
All
No,
right.
but seriously, Michael Penix Jr., he could fall right down to him. And you know what? It's not the end of the world because I'm going to make you another prediction. It's either him. Are you ready? You guys are going to call me nuts, but you're going to call me a genius. It's either going to be Penix or Jaden Daniels will fall. Watch.
No
One of
way.
these.
No.
One of these. I know, Peter. I know what you're saying.
Here's the problem.
One of these quarterbacks are going to fall.
I
And
will bet.
Peter, I got to agree with Harry on this. Here's only why.
Okay.
What was the guy last year? We were talking about the mobile guy, and Richardson lasted 2 games.
Correct.
You're going to scare people away. But I'll tell you what. If the quarterbacks go 1, 2, and 3, you're going to drop some really good wide receivers, some really good edge rushers, some really good offensive tackles down the draft board. And, people are salivating because guess what? Go take those quarterbacks. I got mine. Tampa Bay's got theirs.
I mean, even Chicago. Chicago's not going to trade once in this draft. They're trading twice, and they'll still get Marvin Harrison Jr.
Well, let me say this, and we'll go out to the phone lines, gentlemen.
They're going to get 6 or 7 picks, 2 players,
Yeah.
and they're still going to get Marvin Harrison Jr.
I still think I will say this. I will bet you wings, a steak dinner, anything you want to bet there, Harry the Greek, that
Yes,
Jaden Daniels does not get out of the top 10. He's going top 5, top 3, especially
top 5, top 3.
Top 3, top 5, yeah.
I'll tell you what. I have to take that wager. And
All right.
you know what? Leo will even.
You lost last year with Richardson. You're pressing your luck.
I know that's right. That's
sure?
right.
Yeah, look what Indianapolis got out of it.
Well,
banged up quarterback.
It's about potential, guys, and we know that the New England Patriots are sitting there at 3. They need a quarterback. Oh, by the way, they shipped Mac Jones to Jacksonville.
It's called. By the way, it's called Drake May.
Okay. All right.
It's called Drake. Drake May is probably going to end up going to New England.
They are salivating over Jaden Daniels. I'm telling you. Let's go out to Tampa Bay. Ray, best of the Bay, leading us off here on the Sports Web. Ray Kennedy, welcome to the Sports Web here with yours truly, along with Harry the Greek, and of course the legend himself, Leo Haggerty.
Guys, thank you. First, if we're still talking draft, I want to ask you guys. You go back to 2021's Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, who else we got in there? Mac Jones, just an underwhelming draft. You go back,
hold on.
Whoa,
Trevor Lawrence was supposed to be
you
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence in that underwhelming draft.
Yeah, an underwhelming draft, but he didn't really come to life until a year ago. He was supposed to be the second coming of Christ, the next Joe Montana. Hold on, dare I say it? Since Andrew Luck.
Yeah,
go ahead.
True. It's true.
Well,
absolutely.
No. And the thing is, his head coach was, in an Applebee's in Ohio trying to hit on some chick. The funny thing is,
he was with Leo.
Yeah, we were getting dessert.
Hey, Leo will show him a good time. But the thing is that I'm not Trevor Lawrence. I didn't say that, and the ship hasn't sailed on any of those guys. Honestly, Trey Lance is going to turn up somewhere. Justin Fields is still going to have success, and Trevor Lawrence will still be good. But I look at this draft class, guys, and okay.
Ray, hold that thought really quick. I'm going to put you on hold. Knez, I'm going to go out to Ray Kennedy. We're going to finish with Ray Kennedy, Knaz, and we'll come back to you.
Knaz and Kennedy, yeah, that's it.
Kennedy and Knaz here. Stand by here. Let me go
Kennedy.
back.
That's a plethora of words there, Pete.
Well, and I tell you right now, Knaz
plethora.
Knaz is a big-time Chicago Bears fan, so he wants
to bring the guy on, three-way him in.
I'll call back, fellas. This is a great.
No.
I got to get off soon, Ray,
right.
and I want to answer your question, so let it rip.
Yeah, let it rip, Ray.
You need to be alone in your bedroom for that.
Oh, Jesus.
The thing is, first of all, Jaden Daniels doesn't get past the Giants at 6, and he doesn't get to the Giants. But the thing is, really, in this class, you have Bo Nix and Penn. Bo Nix and Penix and Daniels and
Oh my
Caleb and
God.
all.
Oh, Nick.
There's so many other dogs on the field. Honestly, I see 2 quarterbacks going top 5 and maybe 3-10. I think it's a smokescreen. But you guys, if you got to take D3 guaranteed quarterbacks that go top 10, who are your 3 dogs?
Well, I mean, for me, I have questions about Caleb Williams, but I would take Jaden Daniels. I'm gonna take Michael Penix Jr. and I take Drake May. I think those are, and I think Caleb Williams goes number 1 to somebody, probably the Washington Commanders, when the Bears decide to trade out of that pick and get a plethora, Leo word, of
Latara.
picks. It's not plethora, it's plethora.
Then
Tampa
I was
Bay.
with the C.
Yes. Okay. All right.
How about you, Leo?
What do you say, Leo?
I tell you what, first things first, Chicago needs to decide that Fields is their guy because he is. He is their guy. So now you trade that pick because you are going to get a boatload of picks for that. Probably a number 1 next year, a number 1 this year for that pick. And you're going to, as Harry said,
And a player.
you're going to be sitting there at number 9, or you may even get the 2nd pick for Washington because, guys, here's what happens in the draft. The Bears are going to go on the clock.
How about you,
Washington's
Harry?
going to call and say, who are you taking? And if the Bears are smart, they say, we're taking Caleb Williams. Okay, we want to trade for him. Because if they say the wrong name, the Bears will go, the Commanders will go, okay, good luck.
Harry, Leo, I call, if I'm the Washington Commanders or any other team, I call their bluff on that. And I'm not saying Caleb's not the guy. I'm not saying just because he has his dad do his talking for him, or he at the combine, he's like, well, I'll do my stuff elsewhere. I'll go ahead and I'll give my medicals to the 30 visits. And I mean, I'm not saying in this day and age it's all business, but that really starts to go, okay, so the other 52 in the room, are they going to look to this franchise guy? Is this guy, he's going to come in, he's going to have all the God, he's going to give all the God-given gifts because Jesus touched him with a finger from heaven and he can throw the ball. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you what, guys, here's my shocker. And here, I know I passed you up. I still want to know your 3. Caleb Williams doesn't go number 1 unless the Commanders are silly enough to give up the entire future and move up.
And they are.
To only move up. Let me clarify this since we're talking about Chicago. Number 1, Ray, that's a really good point. No, Washington to move up 1 spot, they're not going to have to give up as much as what Carolina got fleeced last year when they went after Bryce Young. And they gave Chicago the 3 first-rounders or whatever the hell it was, including DJ Moore. But what it will cost the Washington Commanders is real simple. It's going to cost them 2 number 1s and a player. Or it's going to cost them 1 number 1 and 2 players and a 2nd rounder next year. From that point, this is where it gets more interesting. The phone's going to ring again because it's going to be New England, it's going to be the Raiders, or it's going to be
Denver.
Denver.
The further down they have to slide, I assure you, they will get a plethora of picks. They could come out of this if they move twice and get up to 6 picks, 4 of them being a total of number 1s, and they're going to get 2 players, and they'll still get Marvin Harrison Jr. because you know what they'll do? They'll trade one of those number 1 picks and a 2nd round pick to move back up into the draft, still have all that other draft capital. That's why they'll still get Marvin Harrison Jr. And I'm going to tell you when they're going to do this, Ray. They're going to do it before the draft. How does that sound?
Well,
they will make that first trade before the draft.
Sounds good to me, and they're going to have to make a decision. Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy, use that 2nd call. Appreciate the time here on the Evolution, my friend, all right? All right, so let's go out to Kanaz here. Welcome to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. You're on with yours truly, along with Harry the Greek.
Hi,
and
Leo.
Haggerty, which I know you've got to get out of here, so let me get you out of here. Leo, thanks a lot for your time.
Leo, love you, man.
Take care, guys.
All right. Good stuff there. All right. Phone lines are open right now.
What's up, Kanaz?
Are you there, Kanaz? All right. Hold on. Go ahead, Kanaz. Kanaz, are you there?
I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's going on, buddy? Welcome to the Sports Web. I already told you that you're a big-time Chicago Bears fan. You want to talk about the Bears situation there? Go ahead.
Oh man, I was just I was telling Peter earlier today, like I was telling my friends earlier just now. There's a lot of talk about what the Bears are going to do with the number one pick, what we should do with Justin Fields. The market is obviously closing when it comes to quarterbacks. The favorites that was supposed to be taking Justin Fields, the Falcons and Pittsburgh, seems like they already got their starting quarterbacks with Atlanta signing Kirk Cousins,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh signing Russell Wilson. So now it's like the market is closing for Justin Fields. So it's
Yep.
like there's one side of the coin saying, okay, are we keeping Justin Fields? What do we do with the number one pick?
Let me take.
I am one of those people. I am one of those Bears fans who loves Justin Fields and what his ability has to offer. I see the potential he has, and I am one of those Bears fans who says keep the number one pick or draft down, but get Justin Fields some help when it comes to the offensive line and give him some help, give him another weapon or two when it comes to receiver. I just saw earlier that we signed Gerald Everett, another tight end.
Yep.
So it'll be great to have a duo tight end set. I believe that just another stud wide receiver to pair alongside DJ Moore would be perfect for Justin, along with strengthening that O line. I do know there's a lot of Bears fans who are against Justin Fields, who has the opinion to say he does not know how to read a defense.
He doesn't.
But to that, I say what?
He really doesn't. You know, I'm going to wait for you to go ahead and finish your. And believe me, I got some really good points. I am a huge Chicago Bears fan. I'm also a Buccaneer fan, and I want you to finish your point because I'm going to give you some insight, and you're going to be like, "Oh my God, he's right." But go ahead, seriously, please finish your point because I find it very interesting.
And so I feel like if we can, so I feel like with what we've seen in the past, we do not have the best of an offensive line. And I do believe any football fan or anyone who can watch football knows that a great offensive line can make a great quarterback. And so if you don't have an offensive line, you obviously have a quarterback who's being rushed. You can't read a defense properly if you're always being rushed. A lot of people will have the argument to say that all he wants to do is run. Well, if you have that ability to run and you can make positive yards out of it, especially if your O line does collapse, why not do that? So if we can strengthen our O line to give Justin a little bit more time to make a better read, or give him a better and give him a better another target on a receiver to pair along DJ Moore, he would have for wide receivers who can get open. I do believe Justin Fields can prosper in in this Bears coming up offensive scheme they have
Great
going.
points.
The Bears, yeah. So go ahead.
Great points, Pete. You don't have to go single screen. I want double screen for you and I because I want to bounce
Okay.
this back and forth.
Okay.
The first thing I want to address is when you turn around and says they need to get that offensive line stronger. I'm not going to debate that with you. However, I have a question for you. How bad do you think that offensive line ranked last year? Do you know or no?
I want to say like 16th, 17th.
They were a top 10 offensive line as far as giving him protection for time to throw. Justin Fields holds on to the ball a little bit too long. They need help at center. Left tackle was mediocre at best. Left guard, when he was playing, let me tell you something, Pro Bowl caliber. The right side of that line, there was absolutely nothing wrong, and they could move the chains by running the football. That offensive line improved dramatically last year, and I was one of the ones that was complaining, going, hey, they can't protect this guy. You can't protect him because when he's throwing the ball, he's delivering it instead of like a regular prototypical quarterback, he's taking the ball from his shoulder, dropping it to his hip, and it looks like he's going all the way to Minnesota and back to Texas before he could throw the football.
It's an
It's too
elongated.
much time. It's a
it's
very elongated.
Yeah, it's an
They
elongated.
almost corrected it. Now, when he was a quarterback at the University of Ohio, he was not a run first mentality quarterback. He was a pocket passer who could run the football. Something happened in the NFL, and you're going to say, wow, I didn't know this. But it's going to come to fruition for you, and the light bulb's going to turn on when I say this. The defenses are faster in the NFL, and he can't process it as quick. Hence the reason why he likes to turn around and roll out to the right. But what happens is when you're playing defense in the National Football League, you're shortening the field completely in half, and it's a lot easier to play against quarterbacks that can't see the field as well. I'm not saying that Justin cannot develop into the quarterback that they want him to be. And this will address the other part of your question. I will support him in Chicago, but he's the QB1. The same way I supported Mitchell Trubisky, the same way I supported Jay Cutler, the same way I supported the other 45 quarterbacks from 1990 to 2006, because that's what fans are supposed to do. But here's my prediction. The Bears had never had any intention to get rid of Justin Fields this year unless they got exactly what they were looking for him. His stock didn't drop. It's just the Bears didn't accept the offers that the Atlanta Falcons, who offered, you ready, up to a second-round pick and a tight end for him. They wanted that first-round pick, or they weren't doing it. The same thing with Pittsburgh. But there's still Denver, and there's still the Raiders that are still on the clock at trying to procure him. And without a first-round pick or even a second-round pick and a top-tier player, he ain't going anywhere.
No.
The Bears won't do it. But here's
Yeah,
the
I believe
other
so.
side.
I don't believe so either.
But Kenozen, here's the other side of the coin for you. If they don't draft Caleb Williams after what happened, passing up just like 7 other teams did on Patrick Mahomes, they will be rioting in Chicago. That's the problem. So here's possibly what's going to happen. Either the Bears get what they want for him and they draft a quarterback, or they trade that pick, or I'm sorry to say, they still draft Caleb Williams and they keep Justin Fields. And you're going to say, well, wait a minute, that doesn't compute. Really? And I'm going to let my friend Peter tell you why they could do that. How many other teams have done it? And I'm going to give you the first one. How about Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre? How about Aaron Rodgers and
Jordan
Love?
Yep.
That's just Green Bay. No one ever said you couldn't draft a quarterback.
Sure.
I'm telling you, I don't like Caleb Williams because of all the red flags.
Well, there's a lot of red flags.
He's the best quarterback in this draft as far as talent's concerned. But I'll be damned, brother, if I'm going to have a quarterback tell my organization, number one, hey, if you draft me, whatever team drafts me, I want a percentage of it. I don't want a rookie contract. I don't want you to ask me questions that I want. I want to defer them this way. And then how dare you get an opportunity to come to the National Football League and you tell the founding franchise that started the National Football League, no matter what people think about the Bears organization, you know what? I know you want to go ahead and draft me. I know you want to do a physical on me to see what's going on. But you know what? I'm not giving you a physical. I'm going to give it to you on my time. So you know what? I tell you, Caleb Williams, go take a jump in Lake Michigan because we still have Justin Fields. And we could draft whoever we want.
You know what? And I was telling my friends that exact same thing as well. I was telling them, I said, Caleb Williams does feel like he'll be a problem in the locker room, and that's something we do not need.
Yeah, you don't need a problem like that as a young player. You need a quarterback to be to galvanize that locker room, somebody that's going to be a leader. And if things don't go well, and we know all too well, Kanaz, with rookie quarterbacks coming in, it's not always the smoothest transition, right? I mean, exactly. CJ Stroud doesn't grow on trees.
No, they don't. And you remember, Kanaz, when you watch a 5-game stretch in this last season where they didn't really call too many design runs for him to roll out, and everybody's scratching their head, God, this offensive coordinator sucks. It's Luke Getsey's fault. Oh, my God, what are they doing? How can they make a game plan? Because they had to see if he can throw the ball from the pocket, Kanaz.
Yeah.
That's why. They know the guy could take off and run.
Yep, that's it. You're exactly right about that. And the Chargers have done it before, too. Remember Drew Brees and then drafting Phillip Rivers and then eventually getting rid of Drew Brees. And that didn't necessarily work out into their favor, but that's what you can do. What I would say here to both of you is if they draft a quarterback, what a waste, because you could trade.
They're not drafting one, Peter.
You could get multiple picks. You could improve the defensive line, the offensive line, the skill positions, maybe another number 2 wide receiver, because Darnell Mooney just went to the Atlanta Falcons.
They're going to get that. Hold on. They're going to get their receiver. But here's my prediction. Mm-hmm. What if they turn around, they move down 2 spots? They move from 2 and they move to 4. They still get Marvin Harrison Jr. Sure. And now you're picking at 9, and you got a plethora of players and draft picks, What if Jaden Daniels is available? What if the kid from Tampa is available at 9?
Yeah.
I understand you need an offensive lineman, but who said you couldn't draft a quarterback there?
Well, you can, I guess, but it's
Why would you?
right.
I'm just saying you
Exactly.
can, because this is a very heavy draft. But I'd love to know your opinion now that I've explained that from what I've seen from a handicapper's perspective, and having ties to Chicago with the media that they have, and knowing what these other teams have offered. Does that kind of change your opinion about what they're going to do with Justin? I think they're keeping him.
What do you think, Kanaz? Are you
Say
there?
what again? I'm
Go-
still there.
Yeah. What do you think now?
Oh man, y'all really do make some great arguments. I truly believe. I still do believe in Justin Fields, but at the same time, you have softened my argument when it comes to Caleb Williams. When it comes to this whole draft entirely, this whole process, I do believe that Ryan Poles knows what he's doing. I have liked what I've seen from him so far. So
I've
all in all,
questioned a few of those decisions, but you can say that about everybody. But please, I don't want to soften you about Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love his talents. I do not want to see him a Bear.
No. I don't want to see him, but you have made a good argument on why it would be the case if we drafted him.
Yep.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
Anything else here on the evolution?
Man, nothing, man, nothing else, man. I'm just ready for the football season, man. I'm ready for 2024 to get underway. I'm trying to start some more fantasy football leagues. I'm trying to get into some more fantasy football leagues. So
Peter's great at it. Ask him. He ought to.
I'm so great at that, Harry. We'll go ahead and talk more about fantasy. You're such an idiot, Harry. We'll go ahead and talk more about
Hey,
that.
I'll put you up in a fantasy league. Hey, Kanaz, give him the information. Tell him how much it is, and I will put him up in that league.
There you go. Good stuff. Use that second call, Kanaz. Definitely don't be a stranger here on the evolution. All right.
Great call, by the way.
I definitely won't, man. I enjoyed you guys, man. Peter, I'll see you later, man. Y'all take it easy.
Yes, sir. There you go. Let's go out to Curtis. Curtis, welcome to the evolution. Patiently waiting here.
Tough
to
pass,
talk
my
about
brother.
Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Welcome, buddy. How you doing?
I got a couple questions.
Sure, go for it.
What's up, my brother?
What's up, brother? How the hell are you?
I am doing absolutely awesome, man. Kind of missing you. What's going on, man? What's on your mind?
Okay, so I heard you talk about trading down and possibly taking Harrison, correct?
Correct.
No, they'll end up with Harrison.
Listen, wait. Who has the fourth pick?
The fourth pick is the Cardinals, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Cardinals.
So I'm gonna just say this, Harry, and you can disagree with me.
They're going from 2 to 3. They're going from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3.
They better, because if Arizona gets on the clock and Harrison is there, he's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know what? It's not the worst thing in the world, because the kid from Oregon, Washington, Odunze, whatever his name is, I love the kid. And you know who else I like later in the draft?
Who else?
The FSU wide receiver. What's his name, Peter?
His name is Keon Coleman, and you know what? He may slip because of his 40 time.
And I was going to say, not only that, I would like to see your Bears trade down and get that plethora of picks, like you said.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting them. They're getting them if they move twice.
I can remember. Wasn't it the Jets that had like 3 first-round picks a couple of years ago?
I think it was
the same draft.
It may have been the Jets. It also was the Browns. They had some picks.
I know Minnesota had 3 picks in the first round. I would like to see Chicago trade that pick. I'd like to see y'all take one of the wide receiver from LSU. What is that kid's name?
Oh, he's good too.
Malik Neighbors, he very
My
good.
God, what a display he put on in the Outback Bowl. Reliant Crest.
Yes, two receivers for LSU, really quick. You've got Malik Neighbors, who's most likely a top 10, could be a top 5 pick with this pro day, and then you got Brian Thomas Jr., who's very talented also.
Yep.
Stand by. Hold on.
These calls keep coming in. Peter, I needed to set my soundboard up here and get people calling in on my phone.
Ray, we got Curtis on the line. We'll finish up with Curtis, and then we'll get out to your second call here. Go ahead, Curtis. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Curtis. Go ahead.
But okay, so I can see them taking the kid. If they trade it down, like with the Raiders or Denver or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
You pass on Harrison, which I know it's tough to pass on that kid.
Yeah.
But if you took the kid from LSU, then let's say you get a pick between 10 and 20.
Yep.
and then you took the tight end from Georgia.
Yeah. I mean,
The Bears?
the Bears.
They've already got a top 5 tight end right now in football, and Cole Kmet, and they just got the kid from San Diego.
You could go that direction. You could go with Jared Verse or Dallas Turner from
but
Alabama. You have so many things you could do with that. Yeah.
What's the right tackle from Alabama right now?
I'm trying to think. God, my head is so far into the Bucs right now, so I got to do my due diligence on this. But you're exactly right.
I agree. I agree with you, Harry. I'm going to tell you something. If the Bears blow this, they're going to look like the Carolina Panthers.
Oh,
right now.
Absolutely. And that's
let's just say hypothetically they do draft Caleb Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At 9, you still get a wide receiver to pair him up with DJ Moore. You can't lose here.
No, you can't. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Well, I think you can lose if you draft a quarterback because you already have a quarterback controversy.
What I'm saying is if they did draft a quarterback,
somebody
and they get all the picks.
But
at 9, you still get another wide receiver of your choice. The Malik Neighbors, the Odunze, or the kid.
Yeah.
They're going to fall right to him because here it is. You got Washington, New England, Arizona, Chargers, Giants, Tennessee, Atlanta, and then Chicago. Who's looking for quarterbacks? Washington, New England. That's 2 and 3. Arizona's not.
Giants.
How many quarterbacks have we seen go down in the past couple of years?
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Tennessee and Atlanta's not looking for a quarterback. Chicago will have their. I'm telling you, you haven't even talked about an edge rusher.
Yep.
Or even taking the best offensive lineman out.
Yep.
Nope.
What are you kidding me? They're sitting so good here. It's scary.
They're sitting so exactly.
All right. Speaking of sitting well at this point or sitting good, what do you think of the Bucs so far in free agency? They bring back Jordan Whitehead today. A fan favorite goes to the Jets.
Yep.
Way too much talk.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Jordan Whitehead fan.
I know you are.
I'm glad to see him back.
Okay.
I would love to see Antoine Winfield get paid. Let's go in and get that taken care of.
Sure.
What I will say is, me and my buddies, we did have an argument last night. I wanted to call you so bad last night and get you in on the argument, but we were arguing about, the Baker getting $100 million contract. And I'm like, bro, if you go look at some of the starting quarterbacks, the high-paid starting quarterback,
freaking Cousins, who is 36 years old, coming off an ACL injury, is getting more money than Baker.
How about this? How many playoff wins does Kirk Cousins have?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Baker has.
I gotta bring a comment up. This guy just grinded my gears. I don't know who the hell this is, but this ain't cool. Nico Kosmidis. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Faiskatare Malaka. Turkish? Nah. Parizekatora. Do you understand what that means? Dude, don't even do that. That's not even funny. Get this thing removed. I don't ever say that about other people. That's pretty insulting to me.
What was that?
I'll explain it to you off the air.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, right. I wish I could be part of that conversation. But anyway, like I told you,
that's not even nice, man.
Yeah, that's not. We're not going to read that comment. We're not going to go back to that at all.
But I told him, I said, look at Dak.
Mm-hmm.
Dak has the same amount of wins as Baker.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Herbert, who everybody raves about.
Yeah.
How many playoff victories does this guy have? So with Baker getting $100 million, sorry, let's go on and say this: $100 million contracts aren't nothing like they used to be in the NFL.
Correct.
People get. I mean, the kid. Who was the kid from Carolina? He just got $150 million with the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Burns. I mean, they give out $100 million contracts in the NFL like it's nothing nowadays.
Yeah, look what they. I mean, they didn't overpay for him, did they? Really?
Yeah, I mean,
the Giants.
Yeah, of course they did.
Yeah, absolutely,
they did.
Absolutely,
that's what bad teams do. The Giants are not a great team right now.
Okay, let's say this. Let's say this about the Giants. I know it's getting way off subject.
Yeah,
the Giants are a dumpster fire.
Oh yeah.
They don't even know what direction they're going in.
I think they're going to be a lot better this year than people are going to give them credit for. They're trying to make amends for what they did with this Danny Dimes debacle. Honestly,
that probably was the worst quarterback signing I've seen in a very long time.
Yep, I would definitely have to agree
Besides
with that.
besides the Deshaun Watson contract there, and then of course Jameis Winston joining him there with the
You know what?
Cleveland Browns.
Well,
Yes,
here's the thing.
How
Winston
about
only
that? 4 million.
yeah,
how
4 million.
about this? Winston only went there because Watson can't stay healthy.
Well, there you go, and he'll get the opportunity to start. All right, I want to talk about Whitehead. I want to talk about Levante David and then Carlton Davis being traded for a third-round pick, and this may be the ammunition, if you will, to get back in that first round or that second round to get one of these players. I'm not sure they're going to get a quarterback. I think they more go for a cornerback at this point, unless they truly believe in Jamel Dean and, of course, Zion McCollum, who showed flashes of brilliance last year, but also showed that he can get beat and Jamel Dean can't stay healthy. So Carlton Davis being traded to the Lions. Were you surprised by that? And Levante David.
I was very surprised by Carlton Davis being traded.
Okay.
With that being said, me and you had this conversation the other day, Harry. I definitely love your input on this. Like we said, the NFL is a business.
Mm-hmm.
NFL is a business first. It doesn't matter. You could be a super fan of whatever player on whatever team. The NFL is a business first.
Yep.
And what they say, $14 million by trading Carlton Davis?
Yeah, you save about 6 or 7 on that, and then on top of it, he misses 16 games in 3 years. I love Carlton Davis, and I love
Don't forget you got Ray on the other line.
Well, I know I got Ray on the other line.
Can't hear you though.
We love you, Ray. So we're not forgetting about you.
Yeah,
but
we love you, Ray. Yeah.
Levante David, I'm just happy I get to watch him retire probably as a Buccaneer.
Yeah.
Oh, he will.
We get to watch.
He will, definitely.
We get to watch Mike Evans more than likely retire as a Buccaneer. I mean, it's refreshing to actually see our team sign our players that means something to them. It's not like when you watch Sapp and Lynch and all these guys leave because they didn't want to give them contracts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
So I mean, it's even like today I saw that the Commanders signed Bobby Wagner. You know Dan Quinn loves Bobby Wagner.
Sure.
You know he does. You know that's why Bobby Wagner went to Washington today.
Yep.
Because Dan Quinn loves that guy.
Yep.
So, but man, I free agency is crazy. And I just can't wait for this draft to come up because I told you last week, Pete, that free agency was going to be crazy. I think that Harry is 100% correct. The Bears are going to be all over this draft, and I'm not even talking about the first round. I'm talking about the second and the third.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get as many picks as they can. Yeah,
because we're in where the status of football is now. A lot of your star players come out the second and third round, especially these wide receivers. You can get a great wide receiver in the 6th round right now.
Yeah, you can.
No problem.
No problem. I mean, it's so deep this year when it comes to wide receiver, when it comes to corner. So, and then, guard and center, maybe that's a need at 26. We'll see. Curtis, use that second call because we'll have turnbuckle talk here coming up in just a little bit. No madman tonight. So I'm definitely going to. Yes.
Harry, one thing for you.
Yo.
I believe in Justin Fields.
You do? Cool.
I believe in Justin Fields. I personally don't like Caleb Williams. Personally,
right?
I'm not a big fan either.
I'm not.
I think he's talented, but I think he's overrated. I really think he is.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be. I think he's a system quarterback too. I really think he is.
Well,
and I do.
Go ahead, Curtis.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No.
I mean,
I
was just going to say, I like the kid Daniels and the kid from North Carolina both over him. But, it's, just like I forgot who was saying it on TV the other day. It's all about his potential. But, that some of his wins out there at USC just weren't that impressive to me.
Nope.
And doesn't help that he's kind of a dick. So, But.
All right, Curtis. Thanks a lot for the call. Appreciate you, my friend.
Yeah.
Let me go out to Tampa Bay. Ray Kennedy. Ray, are you there? Ray's not there, so call back. I mean, the phone lines are just blowing up tonight. And then on top of it, I'm neglecting these guys. I know you read some comments before. Let's go out to this guy right here.
Acknowledge me.
Tribal troll himself, Roger Shue. And as we go there, then let's go back out to the phone lines. Best of the Bay, Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy. Welcome back to the Evolution.
Quick, it's just my second call is just a quick one, brother. I just had to tell you, I was tickled pink. Came home, I went up to Tristan's room upstairs there. I'm like, he's just doing a check-in, and the first thing he says to me, what's that?
Go ahead, Ray.
Tristan says, I caught all the Mayfield depressor today. I'm like, did you? And he says, the first thing he says is, I loved Mr. Blake's question with the boat and dealing with him coming back. And Peter, I know you may have already mentioned it. Hell, you may have already played the soundbite, but I just wanted to let everybody know, if you're tuning in right now, you're hearing the web, you're tuning into the evolution of sports talk, and I'm telling you why. That's the exact reason. Just the same thing with the other night with Leo's questions and the way he approaches a presser, just completely professional. The questions are great. It's not some canned, contrived. Corporate has us making us ask this question because we think it may make our show better tomorrow. It's questions from the heart. It's things you want to hear. And I'll give JP Peterson, because he picked up on the boat question in the post presser, but just a fantastic job today. That's my second call, guys, and you guys are doing a great job tonight. Love the show.
Hey, man, appreciate you as always. Best of the Bay, Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy. Good stuff. Open phone line 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. I know you got to handle business sometimes, so that's okay when you drop off. Acknowledge me. I did. Roger Shue, hurry this up. Dynamite is on. Mercedes Monet looks amazing. I bet she does. Will the Greek join us tonight? There's your answer. Russ says, I like hearing that. Well, you ask for phone calls, you get phone calls. Let's go out to Eric. Eric, welcome to the Sports Web. What's on your mind tonight?
What's up, you guys?
What's going on, buddy?
Man, Jordan Whitehead is a beast.
Yeah, he's definitely a beast, and I think there's a lot of Bucs fans out there that are excited. You have to go back to the first game last year.
News?
Well, hold on. You got to go back to the first game last year with Aaron Rodgers going down the fourth play, having 3 interceptions. He can make plays in this Todd Bowles defense. He can hit you in the mouth. He can cover to a certain degree. I mean, so an exciting move that definitely fills a need, and you put him beside Winfield Jr., there's not going to really be a transition process there. He'll fit right in with this defense. So I like the move. What else, Eric?
That means bye-bye Ryan Neal?
Ryan Neal's been gone. Ryan Neal's done. Ryan Neal was not good.
Shut up! He was just an average player.
Terrible.
I don't know about that. You
terrible.
really think so, Peter?
He was terrible. He was awful. He was out of place. The effort wasn't even there. Watch the Lions game where, listen, I understand if somebody's giving effort and they're out of place. He's not only out of place, but he's not even giving any effort all year long. Turning around, lost in the sauce, old Marine Corps boot camp word there. Completely lost in the sauce. A terrible signing by the Bucs. They ate it, and that's why they go with Jordan Whitehead. Yes, goodbye, Ryan Neal. See you later.
What's the latest in Devin White? Does anybody know?
I don't think he's coming back here to Tampa because once again,
let's connect the dots, remember?
Well, connect the dots all you want to, but connect the dots with looking at film. The guy is not a good linebacker, whether he was dealing with injury or not. He's another effort guy. And
I will predict he comes back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at a completely.
Hold on, guys. Everybody's talking at the same time. Eric.
The reason we went to Super Bowl is because of Devin White.
No, that's not the reason. That's not what he definitely was a catalyst for that defense making plays. But ever since that Super Bowl year, what has he done? Wait. No. Wait a minute, Eric. You said the reason why the Bucs won the Super Bowl was because of Devin White. What has Devin White done ever since?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Because
zero. He needed his man, Jordan Whitehead. That's his guy.
Okay, great. They're guys. They're buddies. It doesn't necessarily mean Jason Light wants to
go play with them.
Well, I mean,
but you know what? If nobody signs them, guess what? Oh, wait a minute. We could put you on a prove it deal, and that's what I predict is going to happen. I do think Tampa's going to re-sign him, Pete.
Okay,
I really do. But because he has. Watch, you ready? Zero market.
Yep.
Zero market.
Yep. You're right.
But
You're
he is coming back at such a cheap, and you want to know something? That'll be another acknowledgement on how good this management is for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, here we
They,
go.
they finally got it right. You get it? They finally got it right with Mike Evans. Let me finish, Pete. Okay. And they paid him his worth. Hold on.
Eric,
Hold
Eric,
on,
you're
please.
talking
Eric,
over
hold on.
Eric, relax. Let Harry
Okay,
talk.
hold
Go
on.
ahead. Yes.
They finally got it right by paying one of their own the money that they were supposed to pay him. You know what? And they got him even at look, man, he could have got more at Houston. He could have got more in Kansas City.
Sure.
He decided to stay here. This is where he truly did give somebody a hometown discount. But you know what? He's still making money for those 2 years. People can argue that they overpaid for him. Brad, I love you, buddy. Worked with you for years. That's one thing I will not agree with you with. I know the things that you're posting. You don't come across wide receivers, even though this draft class is so full of them, for the amount of money that you spend. Did you overpay for them? Maybe a teeny weeny bit, but not according to what today's markets are. But as far as these other players, if they're not getting signed, you get them on the cheap, guess what? They're going to realize they're on a 1-year deal and they're going to have to prove it. So they're going to have to prove it right here in Tampa. Watch. I'm telling you. It can
Yeah,
happen.
there, and then we're okay. All right, Eric, go ahead and
I was
finish
gonna
up.
say something, one more thing before I go. I'm gonna say
Sure,
something more,
go for it, buddy.
because we're gonna reach the signing Tristan Wirfs. Let's save us money. Bring us some money right there, Tristan Wirfs
Right.
and Whitefield. That ruins money for Devin White. That gets the money there.
No, absolutely. You can definitely free up some money. All right, Eric, appreciate
Oh,
the
Clowney.
time. Yes.
Clowney's still available, my boys.
Jadeveon Clowney is going to the Carolina Panthers. Get that off there. You don't want him anyway. He's a shell of what he was from his rookie season.
Yeah,
It's almost like watching a repeat of a Chase Young.
Yeah, and here's the thing with Chase Young, highly talented, but takes all plays. Clowney, why do you think he's going to team? Somewhat
Well, he
productive.
did get injured. He did get injured.
That guy's always injured. He's either injured all the time or he's a guy that gives lack of effort. Chase Young, same thing.
Steroids, they're not as good as they
How about
used to be.
Josh Sweat, you
I
guys?
don't know.
How about from Philly? Can we go after Josh Sweat already?
Well, you're going to have to trade
Josh. You
Josh
mean Montez Sweat?
No. Josh Sweat, who is with the Eagles, and then you also have Hassan Reddick, who
Can't afford him.
Well, they let's see what
the money now, Pete. I swear to you, that is going to be allocated right over to. You have got to. I don't care if you lose 3 players.
Right.
You have got to sign, arguably one of the best left tackles in the past 10 years.
The best, yes.
No, one of the you didn't let me finish. One of the best left tackles in the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you've got to pay this man. You have to pay him, no matter what. You've got to lock him up.
Agree. You're absolutely correct about that. All right, Eric, thanks a lot for the call. Appreciate you as always. Guys, when you try to call, like I know we're trying to interact, but don't talk over the host. Like it sounds bad, but the phone lines are open. If you do want to call in, don't talk over
727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Appreciate you, Eric, giving us a call. Go ahead and use your 3rd, 4th, and 5th call here in a little while when I'm not on, but I love you. But anyway, Ray, if you want to call back in, I have some questions for you. And anybody that has a question for the Greek or Pete, why don't you go ahead and hit it?
I want to know what Bucs fans think of all the signings, the re-signings here. Of course, Baker, Mike Evans, Levante David, Antoine Winfield Jr. They have to work that out, of course. Sign Jordan Whitehead. What do you think of what Jason Light and this brain trust has done so far? What type of grade would you give the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
You got to give them an A.
All right, you got to. 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391.
Finally got it right.
9-1. Let's go out to this guy.
Acknowledge me.
Roger Shoe.
Roger Shoe right there. A Bucs hater, a Baker hater. The tribal troll is in the house.
The Baker hater master.
Oh, jeez. Please. Stop being a prick.
Harry, I just wanted to know, what kind of ice cream did you eat last week when you went off air?
How did you know I had ice cream?
Well, because you said you're going to go eat ice cream.
Oh, so he wants to be a prick. Hang up that phone.
Hold on a sec, Roger. Mr.
Hold on.
Williams. Mr. Williams.
Oh,
We'll get out to you in a moment. We're gonna finish up with Roger.
Harry,
All right,
Harry.
stand by. Yeah, Mr. Williams is ready to give it to you, buddy, because you know
Oh.
what? You still owe that man some wings, and he's looking for you to get those wings. All right, Roger, go ahead.
I already gave you the money to buy them for Mr. Williams.
You didn't give me any money to buy them for him. You're gonna buy them for him.
Plenty of times, buddy. I sell it to you all the time.
Shut up, Roger.
God.
What do you want, Roger?
All right. Well, Harry, I think you're dead on the money with the whole Justin Fields thing.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm still not sure Baker's worth $100 million.
What the?
How cute, huh, Peter?
Yeah, look at that.
I finally have another edition.
Oh, well, congratulations on that.
Adorable.
She is look at. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. All right.
How many cats is that now, Harry? 2? 3?
No, that's my microphone, baby.
Harry's becoming the cat lady here right before our eyes.
Sheba's speaking. Oh my god. But go ahead. Sorry about that. This is not.
All right.
This is the friendly producer.
Yeah, that's definitely the friendly producer there. All right, Roger, go ahead. Say what you want to say here.
Nothing really. I mean, it's been a great show. I've enjoyed listening to everybody's
Thank
take,
you.
and it's been really good.
All right, appreciate it. What happened on Dynamite tonight?
Mercedes Moné debuted.
All right.
They started off the show with her.
What
she
kind
looks like
she
looks like
awesome.
$1 million.
Yeah, she does. She's amazing.
What else happened? There's a whole lot of stuff. You have to watch the highlights because it'll take me a half an hour to go through everything that happened. It was a great show.
All right.
Thank you, buddy. Ow, that hurt. Sheba, I swear to God, if you bite me again, I'm gonna hurt. No, I won't hurt you. I don't.
Harry,
Cats
you
were.
gotta,
Yes,
you
sir.
gotta start watching wrestling, Harry.
I'd rather shoot heroin in my eyeballs.
Oh my God. Hold on
Well,
a sec
so-
here. Was once looking expected to return to the Bucs on a 1-year.
Or I'd rather turn Turkish than
Hold on.
watch wrestling.
Oh,
I don't
no.
know. I need you to look something up here really quick for me. Devin
What do you
White.
got? What about him?
Well,
Right now?
There's
Okay.
somebody tweeting it out that he's returned on the Bucs with a 1-year prove it deal worth $6 to $7 million. But I think that's
No, I heard that already.
I think that's spec. I
No,
don't
no,
think
no, 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 no. I heard that already.
Is that a breaking news story? That's what I need to find out right now.
I'm gonna do that right now for you.
All right. I appreciate you. Roger, thanks a lot for the call. We may have some breaking news here, as always, on the Sports
All
Web.
right.
All right.
Get it done.
All right, we will. Let's
I'll
get out to Mr. Williams really quick. Mr. Williams, welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. You're on with yours truly, along with the man that owes you wings.
Mr. Harry.
Yes.
Hey, how are you, sir?
I'll be feeling better as soon as I can drink me some beer and eat chicken. But
Mr. Wood, you know I love you, right, brother? But the truth of the matter is, Peter said he was going to run into you,
No.
and I said, you know what? Here's $100 bill, Peter.
Those are
I
lies.
want you to take my boy Mr. Williams out and buy him all the beers and wings. You know the Greek don't
Not even
lie.
looking at the camera at this point, guys. He's
Huh?
lying. He's lying his ass
Harry.
off right now. Stop it.
Harry.
Yes.
It's not true news, by the way. Yet. Nothing is showing this, even on Google.
Okay. All right. So nothing on Devin
Yeah.
White. So that's a speculation again. So
All right.
yeah.
Devin White, we not going to even resign him. I'm not going to even talk about
Even
that.
on a
I'm
prove
glad-
it deal, let me throw that out at you. If it's a prove it deal for $5 to $6 million, which has been bandy about from fans and
Devin,
no.
to me, Devin White ain't done nothing since he got that Super Bowl.
Okay. I agree. I completely agree with you on that. I agree.
What he did not want to be pulled in and out of the defense. Okay,
I paid him
because he sees that guy is doing better than him. Okay,
No, you did not
And,
give me the money. Stop throwing me underneath the bus here. Go ahead, Mr. Williams. Harry
Turkish people
interrupted.
lie.
Shut up and be quiet.
Look, hang on, hold on. I got to settle this.
All right, settle
I
it.
mean, two giant goof. You see, Greeks don't lie.
Right. That's a song, right? Greeks don't lie. Is that Pimps Don't Cry? Is that related to that? Pimps don't cry, Greeks don't lie. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Hey,
Don't
Harry.
make me hit you with my pimp stick, all right, bro?
You Gata.
With my pimp limp
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stick.
Gata from the other guys there. If you
yeah,
guys
but
know
though,
Will Ferrell. All right. Go ahead, Mr. Williams.
yeah, but though,
Yeah.
I mean, I want to say welcome back, Jordan Whitehead.
Right. Levante
And,
David coming back. You got to be excited about that,
oh, yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, most definitely, because that's gonna be my middle linebacker, believe it or not.
Right.
You got one coming in?
Are we gonna move?
Hmm.
We're gonna move 54 in the middle,
Okay.
and we're gonna put the guy that was in front of White, or we gonna put him either on the side where Levante was, or we gonna put him on the side where Shaq Bear was.
Well, I think,
Okay.
listen, I think Levante stays in the same position. You're going to play KJ Britt. Are you going to go with Savasier Dennis? Or are you going to draft somebody?
Britt had a hell of a season last
He
year.
did. And look, that defense was a lot better off when Britt was starting because he could actually
But
cover.
that
could
defense
tackle.
was better off if you were playing.
I agree. You're playing middle linebacker.
That was horrible when they
Because
were
here's
watching
the
out of
thing,
him.
the effort was not there with White ever since the trade demands
At
last
all.
offseason.
At
No,
all.
not at all. Yeah.
I'm not at all. And my right side of my offensive line,
Yeah.
Jason, like, go get some help over there. on that
Oh,
right
wait.
side.
Whoa. I like Luke Gadicke. I like him at that right tackle spot. I think he's your
do too.
guy. I think you
but
got to go
don't-
with left guard. Here he did give you the money though.
No,
Who said
no,
who
no,
said
no,
this? Who is Fish?
No,
Who is that?
I don't
Not
know.
give me the money
I mean,
at all. You guys are lying your asses.
The Greeks, the Greekites are out in full force.
Mr. Williams, you're going to have to hold on a minute. I don't know who this is. Stand by. We're going to get out to you after we finish it with Mr. Williams. And Alex, I know you called in. Stand by there. I don't know who that caller is, but people are calling in. So, Mr. Williams, go ahead, say what you need to say, and then we'll give you your second call.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
But right, like I was saying, Tristan Wirfs is a good guy.
Yes.
He is doing this thing. Antoine Winfield Jr., we gonna pay him, no doubt.
No doubt.
Yeah, are we gonna pay Antoine Baker? I take my hat off to you. You got your money. All right, so it's time to get to work now. And Mike Evans, hey man, go ahead on and let's retire you as a Buccaneer. Get that gold jacket.
Yep.
Because this gonna be the last year for 54 after this season.
Yeah, 54, 13. It'll be a couple more years. They'll wrap it up. Mr. Williams, appreciate the call.
Mr. Williams, really, I appreciate the call.
Yes,
Do me a
sir.
favor, little brother, okay? Pack a bowl. Now listen, here's the remedy from the Greek. Pack a bowl, pour a little yak, and enjoy the show, all right?
And I think the wine.
He'll take the wings.
I didn't hear what he said. What?
He said he'll
I
take
need
the
the
wings.
wings.
He needs those wings, my
I need
friend.
wings.
Those
Peter
wings.
just has to do it for you, bro.
Shut up and be quiet, Harry the Greek.
This guy sucks.
All
You're
right,
so abusive. Is there an adult in the room?
shut up.
Where is Andrew at?
Mr. Williams, shut up, Andrew. Shut up, Mr. Don't shut up, Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, thanks a lot for the call. Shut up, Harry. We'll get
Yes,
you
sir.
your wings
Yes,
soon.
sir.
I promise. We'll set it up. What is it?
All right,
Do
brother.
not impugn the honor of the Greeks or you get baklava to the face.
I'm done with you at this point. Let's go back out to the phone lines. What's your name? Where you're calling from? You're on the Evolution.
Peter, Jeremy, how you doing, brother?
What's going on, Jeremy?
Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, what's up, Harry? Great day to be a Bucs fan, man.
I'm telling you,
Awesome.
you got to pump this up, Jeremy, because I know you got more energy to this. Let's start this over again. Hey, Jeremy, welcome to the Sports Web. How does it feel to be a Bucs fan today?
Hey, Jeremy.
Fantastic, man.
There
Great
you
day.
go. There it is.
Listen, we got the best general manager on the planet,
Yeah.
front office. Shout out to them for all the moves they have made. We're signing our core players and bringing back Jordan Whitehead, who knows the system. He just fits in with the players. Shout out to them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you also get back Levante David. And of course, you re sign Evans and Baker. And You got Winfield Jr., and you know that I asked that question today to Jason Light. Is it time to have a boat parade? And he said, whoa. We got to re-sign those guys to long-term deals, and then we will think about a boat parade. And once again, you add to that with Whitehead. What do you think about Whitehead coming back to that safety position? Because Ryan Neal was absolutely god-awful last year.
Well, for first and foremost, Whitehead coming back is just a miracle word that Jason Light in the front office pull off, because he was pissed 2 years ago when he didn't get resigned. He was pissed.
Yep.
He put out there on social media, and guess what happened? He's back.
He's back. And you know why he's back? Because he's excelled in Todd Bowles' defense, and it's a shrewd move by Jason Light. And once again, it always goes back to what I say. Look, money's green, but the grass isn't always greener on the other side. So, you move on. Yes.
I have a question for him, and it's actually from a listener, but I'd like to ask the caller.
Ask it.
Paul Van Dusen says, so what is the fix at left guard or center? I'd love to hear your opinion. What is the fix for the Buccaneers at left guard or center?
Well,
that is a glaring hole in this team, especially with no more Ryan Jensen. So what do you say, caller?
Yeah, what do you say, Call?
I say you go draft. I mean, Jason Light
can't draft them both and expect them to start.
Well, what I think you do is you go with Jackson Powers from Oregon at 26. I believe that's his name. And then you go with Robert Hansey at the left guard situation, and that's where you have your ship. Jeremy, hold on a minute. Caller, stand by. We got Jeremy on the line. We'll come back out to you in a moment. The phone lines are just, and I know, Alex, you tried to call before, so call back. We'll try to get you on hold. But, Jeremy, go ahead and finish up.
No, I mean, you said it perfectly, Peter. I feel like he's going to go guard or center of one of those 2 second or the 2 third-round picks.
Yeah.
For center or guard. Hainsey, he's not the worst player in the world.
Right.
He's not elite. We can all admit to that. He's not elite. But for him to come in and fill in for Jensen's spot, who was expected to be our starting center when we signed him, you got to give him props. And as far as we got with him this past season, I feel like it's fair to give him a shot either at center or guard. I feel like he's better at guard than center. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you go drop the center. Either it's the dude from Oregon, JPJ, who I like a lot.
Yep.
But I think he'll be gone by the time we pick, unless we trade up. But we all know how Light is. He doesn't like to trade up. He lets keep his picks.
Well, here's the thing now. They just acquired that extra third-round pick. So let's just say he gets to that 20 to 21, and he feels like there's a team that's going to jump up ahead of the Bucs, and they're interested in taking him. And again, it's a speculation. It may not be center. It may be somebody else in the second or the third round. But let's say they like him. They could take that third-round pick or take some of that draft capital, trade up, and get their man at the center position. You can move a guard or you can take a guard. But we know Jason Light has a propensity, Leo word, of taking small school guards. So maybe he finds somebody in that second or third round, and you have Hansey as a depth piece. But it'll be interesting, Jeremy. What else?
No, I agree. Like, to me, I feel like we're not going to take a lineman to the third round because it's guards from small school. You know how Jason Light is with the small school guards, tackles, turn them into guards.
Right.
To me, you got to go with the best player on the board. And if Chop Robinson, from Penn State's available, you got to take him. I like his tape. I like what he did at Penn State. And you take a man like that, and then the second round, you go either corner or safety.
Yep.
There's plenty of corners in this draft that they can wait to hold off on if they had to.
Sure.
Because Zion has earned his spot as a starting corner.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it remains to be seen, but I think that's what the Bucs envision. I think Jeremy's right on the money there.
I think in the next year, I think he's going to play better, but I'm not going to really anoint him yet. I see a lot of holes in his game right now, honestly. But it doesn't mean he's not going to get better. I mean, look what happened to SMB. I mean, he wasn't good in year one, if you remember, and all of a sudden he kind of blossomed.
And remember, you also have Christian Itzy in there, who they got last year as an undrafted free agent, and they really liked him, and he was productive and made some plays. So the future is bright. I get it. You get rid of Carlton Davis. A lot of people say, well, maybe you need a number one corner. maybe the corner's already in house. We'll see, Jeremy. Thanks a lot for the call. Appreciate
I do
you.
have one more question.
Yes.
One more question,
Yes.
please. One more-
Yeah.
For Harry.
For Harry.
Yes, sir.
Harry, listen to me.
Yes,
You
sir.
said Zion is better than Dean or Carlton Davis, on your honest opinion.
Not yet.
Okay.
Can be. I seriously, another year under his belt's going to make a tremendous difference. I mean, it really is. I mean, that's usually what happens in those positions. It takes a lot to convert. Very few, come out of college and just become lockdown. They really do. I mean, it's almost very difficult, but usually it takes a year or two in the system. Peter, your opinion?
Yeah, no, I definitely think it does. I think you're right on the money with that. I mean, he's got all the measurables. He's got all the potential. That's the reason why a lot of Bucs fans, I think the organization as a whole,
Another call.
We're excited. Yes, we're excited about him getting him in the 5th round because he has so much potential. Appreciate the call, my friend. Use the second call. Let's go back out to the phone lines. What's your name? Where you're calling from? You're on the Evolution.
Go Bears.
The Malacca's in the house.
Oh, God. Go Bears. Did he say go Bears? Hold on.
Yes, he did.
All right, enough of that. So what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Go Bears from Kenosha.
All right, hold on, Kenosha here. Let me get this caller. Stand by, caller. I put you on hold before. We got another caller, and we'll finish up with him. We'll come out to you. Please be patient. I love the phone lines tonight. They're great. So just stand by.
That right there is one of the best, nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Yes.
The man that will educate you about ketchup on the hot dogs.
Yes.
Mr. Tom Banner.
I knew it. I knew it was Tom Banner. What's going on, Mr. Banner?
You want to talk about Bears or the Bucks?
I want to talk about
anything you want to talk about.
Yes,
Tom.
anything your little heart desires.
For the last 30 minutes, I've been hearing a lot of Bears fans chime in over here.
Yes.
Justin Fields is gone.
You think he's gone? Where do you
Zero
think he's gone to?
Zero chance. He's done. Zero chance he stays.
You know what? I hope you're right, but it's zero chance he's gone.
I don't think the value is there for the Bears. I think they actually kind of overshot themselves.
No, they were only going to take what they had a bar set for him. If they couldn't get that for him, they were going to pass. There's only 2 other teams, Banner, that are left in the market, and that's Denver and the Raiders. And if they don't give Chicago what they're looking for, they are not trading him.
I don't think so either, and I wouldn't trade him at all. I think you still have a year or two with him to build around him. I'm not so certain on Caleb Williams. I'm not sure if he's the guy.
Do you want Caleb Williams there, Banner?
Yeah.
Yes.
You want Caleb, even with the red flags of him saying that he doesn't want a rookie contract, he wants a piece of the team. You can't ask him certain questions. You and I have talked about what that usually tallies up to be. I mean, I understand that guy's probably the most talented quarterback that I've seen coming out of college. This guy's got the capabilities of being a better than Andrew Luck. But really, man, you're a rookie and you're going to make those kind of demands coming in the National Football League? I mean, I'd love to hear your opinion on that.
Okay, there's a rookie, there's a union contract, right? Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do the Bears know more than we do?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm right.
Your point?
If you want the percentage of the freaking team.
Yeah, but he wants a percentage of the team. But what makes him so special to be able to get, a stock percentage of what the Chicago Bears bring in for revenues?
He doesn't. No, he has no agent. That's just talk from his dad. I think I like Ryan Poles. He's going to do his homework.
Yeah, but Tom, Caleb Williams has already publicly said when the Bears wanted to turn around and give him his physical, he said, "Nope, I'm not going in for the physical." He canceled it. Look, I love this is the comment of the week. Dave Anglin, Caleb Williams paints his nails and cries in his mama's arms in the stands. Just saying. We don't know that to be true, but
no, that's actually true. By the way, he does paints his nails and he does cry to his mom. We did see that.
It's a perfect city for him to be in.
I'll agree with that one. But if he wins, guess what? Who cares if he paints his nails?
That's true. That's true. I'm just letting you know. Look, man. You know, I'm not the biggest Justin Fields fan. I'm really not. But they're not. They're in a win now mode. This defense will be a top defense in the National Football League, especially with the signings and when they get one more edge rusher, because that secondary and linebacking core, as I alluded last year and told Peter, watch out because they're coming. That offensive line got better. They're going to address the wide receiver position. Look, Justin Fields is not the second coming of Christ. But you know what? You put enough players around them, they could be the next Baltimore Ravens and choke in the first round.
Well, hopefully they don't. Hopefully they have a better game plan than they had for Lamar Jackson, trying to throw from the pocket 37 times. Tom, thanks a lot for the call, man.
No. Let Tom talk. He wants to talk to you about hot dogs. I know the whole game plan.
No, I'm not talking about ketchup. Malik Neighbors or Marvin Harrison.
Oh my God, hands down, Marvin Harrison.
I'm not ready to say that.
So
yet.
you're saying, so Harold, you're saying Tiny 10 over the SEC.
Yeah,
Right.
It's hard for me to say that. The SEC versus the yes, I am. I'm saying the Tiny 10.
Checkmate right there. Checkmate right there.
I know you got me, damn it. But at least Bryson didn't beat me in chess. Just letting you know.
So one more question.
Yes, sir.
What about the old about the Bears balking out of Arlington Heights, going back to the lakefront?
Yeah, talk about that.
You know what? And you know what I'm more impressed about for all the people that do hate on the Chicago Bears? The Chicago Bears are going to invest $2 billion of their own money. Trust me, the McCaskies, just like the great Dick Butkus once said, the McCaskies throw around quarters like they're manhole covers. And for people that don't know what that is, those are those big cast iron sewer lids. Okay. I mean, that's how cheap they are. So there's got to be some kind of real special deal if the Bears are going to invest $2 billion of their own money to build a stadium. What are they getting for free up there? Because that was almost a lock, stock, and barrel. What a facility that would have been in Arlington Heights, right, Banner? I mean, what is the city of Chicago doing for the Bears if the Bears aren't even going to utilize the city's money to do that?
Okay, there's Chicago people listening, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who owns that property?
It's wait a minute, the McCaskies do. That's right, they do
Who owns
because
a property right now on the lakefront.
I know it's the Chicago Park District.
Yeah. So they've already bought 340 acres on Arlington Park.
Sorry. Correct.
It's torn down.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they give up all the revenue for that?
Well, they can still build casinos out there too, and they can actually build another horse track out there.
That's zero chance on that one.
Well, I'm just saying they could.
Zero chance.
They are going to Arlington. It's all about the money. It's all about the taxes.
Of course it is.
They are going to Arlington, guaranteed. There's no way they would give it the revenue from the parking, the food, the drinks, the gambling, which I know you don't like. You know, you could bet on your phone, but you don't like it at the stadium. But you don't like it when you can walk to a Telemutual right there.
Yeah.
They're going there, and what's the other thing? The link number, Fields is gone, and if Stroud passed, no, Poles screwed up and passed on Stroud. He was much better than Young. If he passes up on Caleb, and he turns out to be a superstar,
I've said that.
he's gonna get. Well, I didn't hear you.
No, Peter, I said that earlier. If they pass up on Caleb Williams and he ends up being really good, there's going to be a riot in Chicago. But I'm seeing too many red flags out there. I'm telling you, Banner, I hope you're right. They move out to Arlington because you know what? It's just going to be so beneficial. I mean, it would be a state-of-the-art facility, and it'll be something that most NFL and most cities in the country would be very envious because of the plans. Peter, you should see what they're going to have. They're going to have. You know how they have a punt, pass, and kick on the field?
Yeah.
There's going to be a separate stadium within that stadium where people can actually go out and have games, and they can have malls. You make it a whole weekend. They'll have hotels and casinos and restaurants just to go see a game. It's just it's unbelievable.
It's who's going to pay for it? That's what it comes down to.
Why would the McCaskies put $2 billion on a property they don't own? it's already in a trust. The Park District owns that and forever.
Well, I think you should personally buy it. I know the money that you have.
Yeah.
All right.
That'll be a piece of property to flip, wouldn't it, brother?
No. But I'll say Malik Neighbors is better than Tiny 10 over there. Fields is gone. He can't read a defense. He can't set an offensive line. It's painful to watch Jordan Love do it. It's so easy to do. He's terrible. He's a horrible quarterback. He's a great running back playing quarterback.
Yeah, I got to tell you, and I appreciate your opinion. Now, you got to do me a favor. I let you call in, but you have to do me a favor.
And they're going to get Dallas Turner.
All right. So
okay,
Dallas Turner, pass rush. Okay.
Now, listen, don't get mad when I say this, okay?
Number one offensive player on the board and the number one defensive player on the board.
Okay.
I want you to do me a favor. Go put a bottle of scotch in your hands. Go out in the middle of Rush Street and go do the Irish jig. Banner, thank you so much for calling in, brother.
We'll see you. I'll see you next week, Harold. You're buying.
He's buying wings. He's buying wings and hot dogs.
He's buying at Dimitri's in Tarpon.
Oh, okay.
I will go to Dimitri's. I like Dimitri's. It's okay, but I like the food across the street.
I know you do because you're Greek.
All right.
That's right. Not Turkish either.
No, not.
All right, man. Go Bears.
All right.
All right, Malaka. Take care of yourself.
Good stuff. Let me go out to the phone lines. What's your name? Where you're calling from? Thank you for waiting. You're on the Sports Web.
Yes, sir. This is Corey from Tampa.
What's going
What's up, Corey?
What do you give the Bucs grade right now for free agency with re-signing all their players?
Man, the Bucs just had the best free agency period in NFL history.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's saying something.
If you tell me a team just signed Levante David, Winfield Jr., Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield, and Jordan Whitehead, you'll be like, man.
I'll give that to you if they sign Tristan Wirfs.
Well, they'll probably re-sign Tristan Wirfs, and
that's guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's guaranteed.
You heard from Jason Light today say that he wants a boat parade. So give that man a boat parade, especially with re-signing. I had to ask it. I'm sorry.
That was hilarious, bro.
Thank you.
You know what? That's our break. Peter, I appreciate the call, but you have got to play in that soundbite again because there are people that have not heard that soundbite because they come on after.
True.
That is probably – look, I got to paint this picture for you because Peter's going to go ahead and play the soundbite. Here it is. They're doing a press conference for Baker Mayfield. All the big brass is around. All the media sitting there asking Baker a whole bunch of questions. And here comes Peter Blake. Peter, cue it up, baby. These people have got to hear this.
All right. Stand by, Corey. Stand by, Harry. We'll go out to that soundbite there. We're talking about my question for Jason Light here on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. Enjoy. And let's go back out to it. There we go. Oh. And it's not playing.
The number had to be right, to be honest with you. And this is.
Well, it's not playing right now. So that's how it goes sometimes. I don't know what to say here. Let's see if we can get it here again. Let me stand by here for a minute. I don't know what's going on with my tech tonight. Hold on. And it's not playing. I don't know why it's not playing. Hold on a sec here. So what you're seeing right now is darkness. So I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to do it this way because for some reason, Harry, this stuff is not playing like it should tonight.
I'm looking for it to see if I can bring it up.
Yeah, I'm looking for it on myself here, and I have it. Let's see.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, we do this on the fly. Peter, is it under your brand?
It is not. I'm going to try to put it in there right now, which I should have done in the first place. So
yeah, put it in there. I can do a little bit of talking. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, what a preseason it's been. I mean, an off season with the signings. It is really good. Yeah. But yes, they are going to have to do something with Tristan Wirfs. You got to get him signed.
He's first round pick, so you get the fifth year option. They gonna work something. I mean, he gonna break the market. He gonna reestablish the tackle market. I mean, he played right and left tackle, so. You got to pay him, man. He go get well over 100 million.
Then I got you the $100 million question. You ready, caller?
Yes, sir.
the biggest glaring need on this team to protect Baker Mayfield, because Baker's not all that in a bag of chips unless he's got a good line in front of him. Because there was about a 5-game stand and a spread that, I'll tell you what, Baker looked pedestrian. You and I both know that. So what are they going to do at center, and what are they going to do at left guard?
Peter Blake of the Hold on. All right, there it is. Okay, so we got it there. We'll go back to that. Corey, stand by.
But I do want that answer from Corey when we're done playing this. Ladies and gentlemen, wait till you see this, because this is a question at a Baker Mayfield press conference, and this is Peter asking, not Baker a question, but Jason Light. I mean, and you have to pay special attention and just watch Baker's face.
Peterson Show. This question is for Jason. You talk about free agency, possibly having a boat parade, if you will. You re-sign all your other guys. When is the boat parade for you, Jason?
Well, I think if you go back to my quote, we need to get Antoine secured long-term and do a deal with Tristan. So after that, we'll have the boat parade.
Baker, James
I'll be on a
Hill.
boat on Friday, though. So just so you guys
If you could see the look, I mean, he literally spit his drink because he was laughing so hard. Number one, he didn't even direct a question to Baker. This went right to Jason Light. This is Baker's limelight, okay? Here's his curtain call. Hey, Jason, I got a question for you, man.
Well, nobody else was asking the question, so I got to ask it. I got to be that guy that does it.
I loved it. The whole room lost it.
Yeah, they did.
So what do you think, Kurt? What are they going to do at left guard and center for this team? Because if they don't address it, you do realize it'll be an early exit again.
Right. The thing about the center, I don't believe in drafting no center in the first round. I mean, that's just me. I don't believe in wasting a pick on a center in the first round. I mean, we got glaring needs at pass rusher. You need to try to find a glaring pass rusher. We just picked up a 3rd round pick. If you could use that pick and come with some kind of package to trade up and get one of those pass rushers, I mean, that's more important than center position to me. That's just to me. But only thing I'm thinking they might do is it was this dude from the Rams, some kind of center from the Rams that's out there. But I heard he injury prone, so
well,
I don't know.
You may be able to get him on a cheap deal, so that's what you got to pay attention to if they want to go that route. Or, you know, they may I think they need to upgrade there. I don't know about you, but I think, you know, Hansy's he's adequate. But
no, you got to move Hainsey over the guard.
No, move Hainsey to where?
To guard.
Wait a minute. You mean what? To guard a Walgreens at nighttime because that guy can't guard you or me. Get him off the team.
Yeah.
He's horrible.
I think he can pass, bro. I don't think he can pull. I don't think he's agile.
He can't pull. He can't pull for nothing. Seriously, man. I do not like that at all. Please, anybody wants to tell me about Hainsey? His underwear ain't even good. That brand name, okay? I mean, I like Fruit of the Loom before you're gonna say anything about Hainsey.
What you want to just get rid of him? He's still on his rookie contract.
Yeah, you're not going to get rid of him. He's still going
to. I'll tell you what. He could be like the movie The Water Boy. Okay, seriously. Let him sit on the bench. Go get yourself a center in the 3rd round and find a guard in free agency.
Shut up!
And I promise you, this team will go places this year.
I think you're absolutely correct. You definitely got to have an upgrade at the center situation. You got to figure out the left guard situation. Maybe he goes to the left guard. I don't know. It depends on where this organization feels like they're going to be better off. But you definitely
he's been a starter for 2 years. You got to give him a chance to start.
Yeah.
Bro, please. He was giving up
better guard.
He was giving up the cheeks worse than Donovan Smith did on the left side.
Oh, please. There's nothing. Wait a minute. There's nothing worse than Donovan Smith.
Oh, yeah, that was called Hainsey.
Yeah, all right. Corey, appreciate the call. Use your second call.
Corey, you're awesome, man. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, man.
All right, good stuff there. Let me go out to Alex. Alex, welcome to the Evolution.
It's my cue to leave.
Will you shut up, Harry, and be
What's
quiet?
up, Alex?
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
It's been a great day to be a Bucs. It's been a great few weeks to be a Bucs fan, yeah?
Yeah, it has been, and I gotta ask you. I mean, have you been surprised by them bringing back Levante David, of course, here in the last couple of days? You got Jordan Whitehead. I mean, what would you give this administration their grade right now. And guys, the new league year just started today. It seems like it's been on forever, but it just started today. So what would you give grade right now for the Bucs?
I know my guy, Harry the Greek here was a little. I saw you earlier. I've been watching the show when the other guy mentioned Jason, but I think Jason deserves an A because at the end of the day, actually,
Jason who? Jason Light?
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm telling you right now, he's probably one of the best GMs in football. I've said that for the longest time. And if he gets this deal done with Tristan Wirfs and he can lock him down this year, it's over. I mean, who can argue with that?
Yeah, no, I don't think you can.
Guys, if you look, I mean, just a few weeks ago, like we didn't even know what was going to happen with Mike Evans.
I know there was somebody on this show that knew exactly what was going to happen, but Here
you go, Pete. I got the comment of the year. I looked. No lineman named Fruit of the Loom.
Flawless victory.
Very good.
I love that one. I love that one. There you go.
Well, very good. Very good.
But guys,
we could talk football. We could talk baseball. We could talk nonsense.
Yeah, we could talk it all here on the sport. And we got no commercials. I mean, we need more advertisers, but I would hate to get advertisers sometimes because when you're on a roll like this and you got call after call after call, and I still haven't been able to get to all my comments out there. So webheads, stand by. I will not neglect you any longer after the phone calls. But when you get phone call to phone call to phone call and you're talking sports like this, why even take a commercial? It's commercial free. Go ahead, Alex. I'm sorry.
Hey, but guys, but listen, on a real note, what we have done is just incredible. I'm actually excited. You know, I think having Whitehead back in that safety position is going to be huge too because Carlton Davis, I mean, I know he's been a Buccaneer for a while and a part of that Super Bowl team, but, you know, I'm glad to have Whitehead back. I think he had great potential. I know he didn't want to leave. I know he wanted a contract, and at the end of the day, the Bucs weren't giving him a contract. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's business. You know, he's going to do what he got to do as a man, and I'm happy. He did move on, something for him, but it's also great to have him back. So what the front office has done is just absolutely incredible. I'm happy to have Baker. I think that was the most, guys, if you guys can maybe slightly agree with me, I think that Baker Mayfield contract was the best thing that they did. Why? Because I love that, yes, it's up to $150 million, but do not guarantee all that money after one season.
Correct.
I do not believe in that. I'm happy he got a payday. And congrats, Baker. Congrats to a guy hopping around the league for your almost the entire NFL career. But he found a home in Tampa, and I told you that. And I think, was that deal? People are saying, well, it's a lot. It's too much money, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's really not because it's not all guaranteed. He's going to have to work for a lot of that money.
Yep.
So if you look at that contract alone, I think that was probably the best contract that we've signed this
I want to offer some clarity, and this is from Pewter Report because they talked about this today. The cons of going this route is that it does inflate the salary cap from 2024 to 2026. There is a massive jump between $10.75 million at 2024 to $39.625 in 2025, but there is also low year one cap hit, which we talked about, and once again, lots of flexibility at that point to where if the Bucs want to move on after a couple of years, they can do that. But I think it's going to work out to their favor. And if it doesn't, then you turn the page. But Baker's still relatively young. He knows this. He's going to know this system. He's still going to have Evans. You're still going to have Godwin. You're going to have improving wide receivers there. We're not even talking about Trey Palmer. We're not even talking about Raheem Jarrett and Devin Tompkins. I mean, very young across the board. Cade Otton. And this draft is huge because you can add to already those weapons. And then White at the running game situation, you feel like that they're going to definitely emphasize more of that and get that kid involved, not only in the running game, but also in the passing game because he's able to catch out of the backfield. So I think the future is bright, and this offense could actually be a lot better with Liam Cohen than it was with Dave Canales.
Well, we don't know that yet. It's going to happen, but I have to go ahead and just say one thing. He just said the best contract that they signed was getting Baker this year. Kind of correct there, Alex. I'm going to tell you the best contract they signed. It was last year when they signed Baker to $4 million. They slightly overpaid for him this year, but let's be real. In today's market, they still got him $10 million per year less than what the average quarterback that was going to win a playoff game. I'm telling you that right now. They overpaid slightly for him, but in reality, they didn't. That best contract was last year when he came in for $4 million. If you could have did that again, that would have been unreal. Let me ask you this, Alex. You ready?
Mm.
What happens if they didn't sign Baker Mayfield, but they got Russell Wilson at $2 million?
You know, I was looking at that, and I think that would have been a second best option. But honestly, I like Baker.
Second. Wait a minute. Now you got all that money out there. Now you just finished this. Now you just fixed your center and your guard position.
Pretty much.
Right? Pete,
honestly,
come on.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely make a case for that if you do sign.
But they didn't. They overpaid a little bit for him. But in today's market, they saved a bundle of money by switching their insurance over to Geico.
I knew you were going to.
Hey, but going back to Harry's, going back to Harry's comment though, because he kind of was getting ready to tie me to my next thing I was going to talk about real quick.
Yeah.
Everybody was, you know, I think Russell would have been our best second option, but you know, I like what Baker did. But it's all not going to matter if one thing. All of this is not going to matter. I don't care about that defense. I don't care about Whitehead. I don't care about re-signing Evans. I believe it's going to come down. You have to build that offensive line. At the end of the day, we were short on the playoff game because, you know, we couldn't make those final couple plays because the offensive line was collapsing. Now, Jensen being gone this year.
Yeah, those are ill-advised throws too. That you can't. That offensive line, they blocked as hard as they could. They really did.
To that
They
point,
did,
to
but-
Alex's point, when Baker's feeling pressure, that's when you kind of start any quarterback when they're feeling
Any
pressure.
quarterback, you get pressure in the face. But you know what? I'll give you the comparison since you really wanted to go down that road. This is where the difference would have been between a Russell Wilson and a Baker Mayfield. Russell Wilson has a little better arm.
Yep.
Let me repeat, a little better arm, and the escapability is not a little better. It's a lot better than Baker
100%.
Mayfield. Not taking anything away from Baker. Please don't take it that way. But under this offensive line, unfortunately, I think Russell Wilson may have had a little bit of a better season. But all you got to do is fix the offensive line. You got your quarterback. Lock him down. You're only guaranteeing, was it $35 million, Peter, or something ridiculous? Or how much was it? It's $35 million. You're not getting hurt. You're not really getting hurt with that. But the ultimate thing would have been, boy, oh boy, oh boy. You bring a quarterback like Russell Wilson after a crap year that he had from before, you get him on a league minimum, and now you've got all this extra cash left over. Now you pick up 2 Pro Bowl players, a Pro Bowl guard and a Pro Bowl center. And hold on, baby, because the sky would have been the limit. They definitely would have won the NFC South this year. They're still winning it, my opinion, but it would have just been a foregone conclusion. You could forget about Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons and what they're doing.
I'm still not sure about Wilson, and I think he's a very selfish player, and he was like that with the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, he was.
I'm not sure if he would.
He had Let me tell you something. There's a lot of people don't get along with Peyton. Okay, that was one thing about it. Even back in his playing days, when he was playing for the scrub team for the Chicago Bears, he is not the easiest guy to play with. Let me tell you something. He's not Drew Brees, and that's what he wanted him to be. He's a different player than a Drew Brees. Russell Wilson is a Russell Wilson. If you could play for Pete Carroll, okay, you could play for a lot of coaches in the National Football League because that man had the most predictable offense in football. And I love this. Tony Williams just went ahead and made a comment. Says Russell Wilson isn't the same player anymore. He can't play anymore. Can't base it on that one season. You could have said the same crap about Baker Mayfield when he got cut from 3 different teams.
True.
Right?
Could have said the same thing about
That's
Tom.
why he played. That's why he played for $4 million. All I'm saying is this: you don't know. You still kick the tires. I think Russell Wilson. Let me tell you something. Russell Wilson just made the Pittsburgh Steelers an 11-win team this year.
We'll see. We'll definitely see about that. We'll see how his attitude fits because he definitely has been.
He ain't gonna hurt anybody he's going to for that money. Let's just be right. Let's just be right up front and honest.
Yeah, absolutely. They got Patrick Queen there, the linebacker from Baltimore, is a Pittsburgh Steeler. That defense gets that much better, and let's see. And you know, really, the strength of Wilson, you would all agree on this, was when he had beast mode, when you had a running game, when you had that balance, you take the pressure off of Russell. If you have that with the Steelers, who knows? Maybe this guy's they just traded Deontay Johnson to the Carolina Panthers, so we'll see how
Very
that.
comparable quarterbacks, except one's mobile.
Okay.
One's more mobile. That's
Alex, we got to run, man. We got another call here, my
Great
friend.
call, Alex. Thank you.
As always. All right. All right. Let me go out to Curtis using your second call. Curtis, welcome back to the Sports Web.
All right, listen. I'm gonna listen to this whole Baker stuff all night.
Yeah.
I got one thing to say.
Sure. Say it.
Where is Harry at?
Harry's right here.
I'm right here, brother. What's going on?
Harry, you a fool. That's all I'm gonna tell you, bro. I'm gonna just tell you. You're such an idiot. I've been sitting here dying.
Idiot.
I smoked like 3 joints.
There you go.
You're an idiot. But anyway, I love you to death, brother.
Idiot.
Well, look at this. Look at who decided to join us because it may be time to go out. There you go, Alexander. What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, Alexander.
He's like, listen.
He's like, did that dude Curtis just like call the Greek an idiot?
Well, he's saying right now he's
Alexander. Hey, boy.
I'm only saying it in context that he's a fool and it's hilarious. Now, here's my question.
Okay.
When Baker got signed last year,
yeah, for $4 million,
right?
What was the expectation?
My expectations were.
We all knew what the expectation was. Here, the Greek said how many?
You said 13 wins, I believe, right?
I said minimum of 10, as high as 13.
Yeah, and they should have had 10 or 11 wins this year. Even Todd Bowles would talk about that with Houston. But my expectation was that I thought Baker would flourish in this offense.
And I'm the one who said before it was even. Look, bro, let me tell you something. The Bucs and Baker didn't even have sex yet. Okay, and I said he was coming to the Buccaneers. Ask Peter.
Oh God,
this guy sucks.
They're signing Baker Mayfield. Watch, he's going to end up in Tampa Bay, and everybody's going, "No, it's got to be Derek Carr." Am I lying, Pete?
No, you're definitely not lying because
and tell me the other quarterbacks that everybody wanted. It was Jackson, and then it was Derek Carr, and I'm like, Baker Mayfield's coming. Ray Kennedy, Tampa Bay Ray, Curtis, you know, the crazy one you're talking to over here, was literally having a stroke, wanting to jump off the Skyway Bridge because they were going to sign Baker. Nobody liked him. Everybody, Kyle Trask. I was even telling you Kyle Trask.
Not me.
But I said Baker Mayfield's coming. And one person over here said, we don't want him.
Who said that?
You did in a roundabout way. I'd rather have Derek Carr. But once you got to see him play, you were like, hey, man, this guy's a gamer. And I went,
I would have taken Baker over Kyle Trask.
Peter,
Go ahead,
Peter, listen, don't feel bad because I felt the same way. Because here's the thing. The last time we saw Baker, he was playing hero ball like James Winston.
That's true.
And we agreed that as long as he came in here and he didn't play hero ball, we were going to have a pretty decent season.
Agree.
Because of the team he had around him. And
well, these are the same people that are saying that the Buccaneers are going to win 12 ball games with Jameis Winston, the crab leg and thief. Okay, under this team. Okay, Raheem Morris was here. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm sorry, Harry, but the guys on ESPN and NFL Network get paid more than all of us, and they predicted the Bucs to have 3 wins.
Yeah. And I told everybody that the pundits don't know shit when it comes to anything about the National Football League. Pardon my expression, it is after 10 o'clock. That's why my wife and the wife, we take trips to Barbados and
oh my God, who the hell?
Mexico. Okay, that's because we understand the game of football. These other people, they get paid to make controversy. I laugh at it. And Peter asks me all the time, Curtis. He's like, "Hey man, did you see what they said on ESPN?" I was like, "No." He goes, "You don't watch it?" No.
I take a trip with you to El Segundo.
El Segundo, that's it.
All I'm gonna say is I agree. We definitely need some offensive line play.
Right.
Defensive line play. I would also like for us to take another running back.
Really? A running back, not in the early rounds.
It's certainly possible.
Let me clarify that.
Yeah.
I love Rashard.
Of course.
I just think that in today's NFL, you need a 1-2 punch.
Well, that's certainly possible. And they re-signed Chase Edmonds. You showed some
I
flashes.
still think he's a 3-down back. I really
Yeah.
do.
No,
I
no,
think
no. And I agree with that. But what we're saying is we don't want to run the motor out of him like John Gruden did Cadillac Williams.
Sure. You're absolutely correct about that. And you could go with the kid from Syracuse who had injury troubles with his heart. The name escapes me right now. There was a lot of expectations of him. Didn't, fulfill that. So we'll see if he could do it this year, or maybe go into the draft. A Ray Davis guy, even though he's 25 years old, very familiar with Liam Cohen's system because Cohen was the offensive coordinator at Kentucky. Some other guys out there that you can get in the later rounds. So you could definitely address that situation depending on, how the Bucs feel about that running back room.
And Harry, my bold prediction for the season already, God, I can't believe he's going to say this.
Yeah.
Chris Godwin's going to have a great year this year.
You know why? Because Godwin's going to be in the slot. He's going to be in his natural position instead of being put outside. And that really hurt their offense last year too, in my opinion.
I think him and Cade Otton are going to both have great seasons this season.
Like it. I like the prediction a lot, my friend.
Because I feel like the connection and the chemistry is going to be a lot better.
Yeah.
And but I mean, I agree with you guys. You got to get somebody to protect this guy.
You do. You got to fix the center position. You got to fix the left guard position. Curtis, we got to run. I don't even think I'm going to do turnbuckle talk tonight. It's after 11. We've had call after call. We'll have to save that for next week.
That just means you're killing it.
Huh?
That just means we're killing it.
I know we're killing it. That's what we're doing. We're killing it in the off season when everybody else is sleeping. We are working here on the Sports Web. Curtis, appreciate the call as always, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
You are the man.
All right, guys.
Yes, we will see you next week. I mean, I love to do this show more. Harry, go ahead and promote yourself. We'll get you out of here on that, and then I'll read these comments and get out of here for the night.
Peter, you don't have to go to a full screen. Please take me off a full screen.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you. There you go. And the wife will kill me for doing that. Anyway, listen, Peter, again, thank you so much for having me on this evening. God, I don't even know what else to say. You can catch me here Monday and Wednesdays right here live on the Sports Web. That's what it is. But I guess there's a phone call coming in asking me not to leave.
Well, listen, there is somebody who wants to talk to you really quick.
I figured so. Go ahead.
Mr. Williams, welcome back to the Evolution.
Oh, no, God, no, not Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, man, seriously. Look, man, go to Tampa Greyhound track. I know you live out there, okay? Go to Tampa Greyhound track. Just ask for a lady named Jamie, and she's got your wings, okay, bro? Just say the Greeks got you covered.
Hey, man, you got to call her when I get there.
No, bro. All you got to do is say, Jamie, call Harry. Call the Greek.
We need to meet Mr. Williams up somewhere.
I would love to meet Mr. Williams.
We need to have a Sports Web appreciation for all these web heads out here who called twice, who call in.
Man.
We need to meet our fans. I like to meet all
Hey,
of our
man,
fans.
Harry, man, but
Yes, sir.
I want to say one thing, man, and I'm going to let you guys go, but this year is going to be the year number 13 get records booked this year, man.
So he's going to tie the record of Jerry Rice. He ties the record and then surpasses him in 2025, which is certainly possible. And I think he goes off into the sunset. And at that point, once you tie Rice and you surpass the greatest wide receiver of all time, in my opinion, you're in the Hall of Fame. Yes. All right.
Oh, yeah. And I
thank you, Fish.
Also think that this is Mike, after his 2 years are done here, Mike going to be gone, and this is going to be Mr. Penn State, as I call him, Chris Godwin.
Yes.
This is going to be his young wide receiver core, man.
Yeah, you like Trey Palmer, you like Devin Tompkins, and you also like Raheem.
That's a conversation for another time. The Greek has got to run, bro. This is like getting late.
All right, Mr. Williams, I appreciate the call.
Hey, man,
yes.
nothing but love, man.
Yeah,
nothing but love, Mr. Williams.
We love
you. Take care.
All right, Harry, get out of here. Thanks a lot for your time here, as always, on the Evolution. All right.
Catch me Monday and Wednesdays right here, live on the Sports Web. Coming up, we got some good baseball season going to be happening. We're going to go ahead and give out some picks. Maybe we can make a little extra cash. You know what? We'll talk to you later, Pete. Thank you so much for coming on. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for the phone calls. Thanks for the support, guys.
Yeah, we love it here. Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire of the Sports Web. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Once again, sorry about neglecting the comments. I definitely want to keep the interaction going here. Of course, YouTube Super Chats are open. Facebook Stars are open if you love the content. I like hearing that. Thank you, Russ. Appreciate you. Fish, love bringing Whitehead back. Great move. Agree with you on that, Fish. Might be the best safety tandem in the league. Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Especially Whitehead knowing this defense, right? He was familiar with Bulls, had success there, won a Super Bowl, and then, of course, he went to greener pastures, and it didn't necessarily work out. So good on the Bucs, once again, to get him signed. What's up, Peter Blake? Just like you called it. Put the band back together. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate you. I think the Bucs trade up to draft for O-line help. That's certainly possible. Don the Barber, thanks a lot for tuning in there. On YouTube, you're absolutely right with the extra third-round pick. That's definitely a need at this point, right? Either center, left guard. You definitely need a left guard. So you could go with the left guard in this draft. You could go with the center and move Hansey over to that left guard spot, or you could go later on. But they do have the ammunition. That's the point. Andrew Fulbear, the big board. Evening, gents. Go Bucs. Absolutely go Bucs.
How about them Bucks, baby?
Let's go out to Dave here. Can some fans finally admit we have a great GM? Light is killing it again. Yes. Yes, let the truth set you free. All the fans out there hating on Jason Light, what do you have to say, especially for the last 5 to 7 years? Like, what does Light and company have to do in order to gain your respect? I don't understand it. I really don't. Game on. I want to hear Harry and Leo say it. Peter was right. Baker took less money to stay in Tampa for all the reasons Brady did for years. Good job, Peter. Thank you very much. Game on. Absolutely correct. Definitely a top 3 to 5 GM in the NFL, period. Great stuff, Fish. Dave says Ridley got $100 million, which makes Mike's contract still. Like, what has Ridley done? What has he done? He's shown potential, but is he up there like Mike Evans? Is he younger than Evans? Of course he is. And the Titans. So, by the way, they decided, we're going to pay Calvin Ridley over a guy like, I don't know, A.J. Brown? Not too smart there, but that's what happens sometimes. You make a move like that and you think it's going to be good and you think you're a genius and you can get somebody that can replace a game changer, a playmaker like a Brown, and then you come up empty and then you got to overpay for somebody because you're not a good team. You're not a good team. You got Will Levis there. Lots of questions with him coming in as a second-year quarterback. Is he the answer? Seems like he's going to be the answer. So Ridley is gone. Most GMs never last 10 years. You're only GM for a team for 10 years if you're good at your job. Exactly, Fish. And he's a damn good general manager, Jason Light.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why I had to laugh today. I had to ask the question because he's the man. Dave England says, correct. Fish. Every GM makes good calls and bad calls. It happens. Yes. Mr. Toxic Black. The Bucs is a team who's trying to keep that Super Bowl team, but you ain't going back. We'll see, Toxic Black. We shall see. Actually, wrong.
This guy sucks.
I shouldn't say that. That was harsh. You can have an opinion on this show that I don't agree with. I just think you're kind of trolling me. All right, and it is Sean Tucker. Thank you very much, Mr. Tim. Right there, Sean Tucker. Lots of expectations on him. Didn't fulfill those. Can he do it the second year? Has Jason Light given up on him? Even if you do have him on this team, do you feel like you need to address the depth in the draft because you have so many running backs there in the league? And we know, listen, you're not going to draft a first-round running back. You're not going to draft a second-round running back, maybe third, fourth, fifth, because you have White already at the controls. A lot of props to Mike Greenberg and the other people behind the scenes. Correct.
Oh, yeah.
John Spytek, Jacqueline Davidson. Absolutely. Tremendous crew there. Exactly. You can't hit on every pick. Prick, laugh out loud, says the Greek. Jason Light in the front office is top 5 in the league. Game on. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's go out to Mr. Toxic Black. And y'all haven't played any good quarterbacks. Cousins is the guy that takes this division with our weapons and get to the Super Bowl. We shall see. Let's go out to the phone lines. What's your name? Where you're calling from? You're on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television with yours truly. What do you have to say?
Eric from Lakeland, Florida. How's it going, Peter?
What's going on, Eric Moreno? What's on your mind? What do you give the Bucs and their grade for free agency so far, my friend?
Gotta give it an A. I mean, we got Mike Evans back. We got Baker Mayfield back.
Okay.
Got Winfield back on the tag.
Sure.
Got Whitehead back. I love that move. I was sad when he left.
Yeah.
He should have never left.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So he's still young. Perfect compliment to Winfield. Couple questions.
Sure.
What do you think is the likely first round pick? Edge rusher or like interior offensive lineman, edge rusher, corner?
I think really it goes back to what Todd Bowles said, right? It's the best player on the board. If the best corner is on the board because you got rid of Carlton Davis, as much as they may like Zion McCollum or Jamel Dean, if somebody happens to slip there, then you're taking a look at it. If it's a center that you like, then you take them. If it's an edge rusher, which I definitely think is a need, unless you address that in free agency, then you take them. I'm not sure.
Hassan Reddick?
Well, you got to trade for him. Yeah, that's possibly a second or third round pick. So are they going to give it up? I would do it, but I don't know
Extra
if that's
third round pick.
Right? That's true. Very true. So I guess you could go in that direction also, depending on how much it's going to cost. Cost effective, everything like that. Yeah, certainly possible also. But you're going to have to give up draft capital. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, but we have an extra third round pick, so we have ammunition to, either move up
You're right.
in the draft or.
Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. You could do that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. What else?
That's it. Hopefully.
Well, what's the
hopefully some more
draft grade? What do you
interesting-
give? What do you give the Bucs a draft grade?
Wait, you said the draft? The draft
I
hasn't
mean,
happened
not
yet.
the draft grade, a free agency grade. See, that's where I'm going. You guys-
A minus, A plus.
A plus. Okay. All right, Eric. Thanks a lot for the call, man. Appreciate you. Use your second call if you like to. Okay, my friend.
All right, man.
All right. Good stuff.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. Go Bucs. Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Eric, for the call. Let's go back out to him. Y'all haven't played any good quarterbacks. Cousins is the guy to take the division with our weapons to get to the Super Bowl. So I assume you're an Atlanta Falcon fan. We'll continue to tune in, talk that trash because we want all the smoke here on the sports web, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if he can stay healthy. We'll see him getting behind that offensive line. I get it. You have the plethora. I use that word again with all the weapons that you have on the outside, especially Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, now Darnell Mooney. Plenty of weapons there. My question is, you put an injured quarterback who's 36 years old behind an offensive line that's highly questionable, and I'm not sure if he's going to make it to the season. So we'll see. We'll see, but continue to tune in to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Always welcome. Dave says, I still want to know the deal with the upside down Tampa on the hat means. I don't know what it means either. JP asked about that today. Jason Light said it's a salute to small businesses. They know something about it that we don't know. So I don't know. Greek, where is JF1 going to end up? We talked all about that at nauseum. Continue to talk about the Justin Fields saga with the Bears. What will they do? Will they trade him? Will they keep him? Will they still draft a Caleb Williams? Will they trade down? A lot of draft talk that we'll continue to get to here in the next couple of weeks because the draft is right around the corner. And then once the draft passes, then you got mini camp, training camp, and boom, preseason football, and then the regular season starts. It's just that fast. Football never ends here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. All of our top free agents back, and Whitehead is looking good. Absolutely. Christopher Koch, so good comment there.
Oh, yeah.
I need to make a t-shirt saying that. Gritty, not pretty. You do, because USF the Bulls use that. And Christopher Cole, I shouted you out, and the coach used that afterwards. So big shout out to you, my friend. Draft should go OL, edge, and cornerback twice. Now, Dave, we know that the Bucs have done that in the past, right? Where you get a Carlton Davis, and then you get Jamel Dean and Sean Murphy-Bunting. You doubled, you triple dip there. Trevor says O-line needs to be better so we can run the damn ball. Agree with that.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to Fish. I think Edge is first round. Hopefully we can get Chop Robinson at 26. Raw player, 4.4 speed. What's the tape show? If the Bucs like that tape, then you could probably go for him, but hasn't played a lot of college football. Is that getting a JTS all over again? That's my question. Is he there at 26 because he ran that 4.4? I don't know. But if he drops down, he's had talks with the Bucs. He has had conversations. So good stuff. Whoever Fish McWilliamson is, I said Fish Williams, McWilliams. Fish McWilliamson, thanks a lot. Appreciate you. Continue to tune in here. Dave says, or Powers, the center from Oregon. Then Hansy go to guard. Believe this is Zach Mitchell from I Love St. Pete. If he falls down in the draft, you have to take a move on from Trask. That would be Michael Penix Jr. Okay, we're not going to do that. We already read that comment. Yeah, I like the center from Oregon. I definitely take him at 26. I just don't think he'll be there. Mr. Williams, Mr. Harry, my friend. Products with purpose. Peter, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate you, sweetheart. There on YouTube, always like the women sports fans out there that support this show. It's always encouraging. It would be awesome if he is. I'd even trade up to get him. Fish McWilliamson. Take Penix and have him ride the pine for 3 years. Certainly possible. Don't see it. Byron Moore says, what's your take on Devin White with him still being out there in free agency? You think we bring him back on a prove-it deal? It's been talked about. I don't necessarily think that's the answer. I'm ready to move on. I guess if the Bucs like him and we know that White and that relationship with Todd Bowles, and because Jason Light drafted him as the 5th overall player in the draft. So you may not want to give up on him. You're not going to pay him $100 million. He's not going to get $100 million. Does he want to come back to Tampa? Does he want to play with effort? Does he want to improve in some of his areas of his game? Can we see that same Devin White where the lights, if you will, turned on and everything was there as being one of the best linebackers, as being one of the best middle linebackers in the league? Can that happen if you bring him back? I guess $5-6 million. I guess you could definitely consider it, especially with him getting after the quarterback and being able to get after the quarterback. Here showing you support, Pete. Appreciate you. Fish McWilliamson. Yeah, I trade up for him as long as it doesn't cost much. KR, evening, guys. Go Bucs. Welcome back, Jordan Whitehead.
How about them Bucs, baby?
Great stuff. Roger says super chats are open. Yes, if you're on YouTube, you like the content, give to YouTube super chats. You give some money, I'll read the comment. I read your comments anyway, but I'll definitely appreciate it. And of course, Facebook stars are always open. Again, if you love the content, we're over 2 hours right now of just football talk. Bucs around the NFL, Justin Fields, draft, whatever you wanted, we gave it to you tonight. Maybe what we did for Wirfs, I'd be okay with that. Wishful thinking on quarterbacks. Dave says 2021 quarterback draft is shaping up to be a complete and total disaster. Yes. Absolutely. Roger Shue says, hey, Kanaz, what's up, bro? Thanks for calling in. We're drafting a center from Oregon or Duke or draft Rattler in the 3rd. Spencer Rattler's been talked about. South Carolina, I believe, was also at Oklahoma at the time. A lot of expectations. Not sure. Is there a possibility the Bucs go in the 3rd? If they go in the 3rd or 4th round for a quarterback, kiss Kyle Trask goodbye. They've given up on him, in my opinion, if they draft a quarterback in this draft. Yes, you're absolutely right. Barton, guard, could definitely be there at 26. So, Nicholas, thanks a lot for the comment. Good stuff there.
Yeah.
Spencer Rattler sucks. Very inconsistent player. A lot of high expectations. I'm not so sure. There's a reason why he's going 3rd or 4th round. Caleb Williams is going to be a bust in the NFL. Too many diva flags popping up. Bears should trade out of the number 1 spot. Stack up. Fish McWilliamson, I take him in the 6th or 7th maybe. If I'm Chicago, I take Marvin Harrison Jr. Give Fields more weapons. Exactly. Fields finally got a weapon in DJ Moore, and Moore had great numbers. Good comment.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to Dave. Chicago should stay with Fields. Too much promise still untapped. Absolutely. Dave, again, Bears are in a great position to rake in a stockpile of picks for the next 3 to 4 years.
Woo!
Let's see here. Nicholas says, does J.J. McCarthy move up to the 4th pick in the draft or higher than Caleb? Talk has been that the Giants are very interested in him. So we'll see where he goes. Don't even think about the Chargers. I know what people are thinking about. They got Justin Herbert. I get it. Jim Harbaugh's there. They're not going to draft a quarterback. So you go top 15, maybe top 20. A lot of teams like him. Even the Bucs have been talking to him. Also, Ray Kennedy says, so last year was the first time in history that so many rookies and first-time starters played and had success. Transfer portal is making dogs more ready to hit the league. So you're telling me that teams are lining up to mortgage their future to move into a slot high to draft a quarterback. Just seems like analytics would not recommend that. But, you know, we always talk about this, Ray, and you're exactly right, where teams are so quarterback-driven and so quarterback-desperate that the guys that are on their roster or in free agency are just not good enough. And you look at a player like a Jaden Daniels who is so highly talented. How could you pass up on him if you're the New England Patriots or you're a top 5 team? Honestly, if you're a top 5 team or a top 10 team, you're probably salivating at the fact that not only, and we learned this from Brian Kelly from the ReliaQuest Bowl, right? When he said he's going to command a room. He's going to walk into a building and he's going to command it. That's the kind of quarterback you build around as a franchise piece. So, and then not only that, you know, he's got the skills of Lamar Jackson. He's mobile. He can make throws. He can make all the throws. He put up big-time numbers. He played against big-time competition. These are the type of players where you're trying to trade up multiple picks. That's why it's so valuable for the Bears not only to get it right, but if they're not going to draft Caleb Williams, you get a plethora, again, using that word, but I love it. You get a plethora of picks, and then you can start to build your team because it is so deep with some of the positions in this draft this year. What's the latest on Devin White? Nothing is the latest. White should take a 1-year prove-it deal in Tampa. Bobby says, I would definitely trade down, take Harrison Jr., keep Justin. Agree. I think we all agree on that. Yeah. I think that's the consensus at this point about keeping Justin Fields and building around him. And the Bears are not going to get the value from the other team. So if you're not going to get the value, keep what you have, trade down, get more picks, build around Justin, build the other side of the ball with young players that we have spoke about all night long. Definitely would do this. Tom says Bears should have the top offensive player and defensive players in the draft. Definitely could have that. I don't know what that was. We read that comment before. Dave, Kirk Cousins has 1 playoff win. Exactly. Anthony Richardson, I said from day one, Justin Fields was garbage. Thank you, Anthony, for tuning in. Oh, yeah. A long time to see it from seeing you. We need the offensive lineman from Oregon. Corey, definitely thanks a lot for calling. Appreciate you and also chiming in. I think you're absolutely correct. If you're going to think of Powers from Oregon, kind of similar to Ryan Jensen, if you will. And that's a really good thing. And that's the kind of attitude that you want on this line going forward. Powers from Oregon would cement this offensive line. That's my 1-pick wish. I'm with you, man. Good stuff. Agreement there. Anthony, you're an idiot, says Roger Shue. Appreciate it.
Acknowledge me.
Dave says Levante passed on more money with San Francisco to stay with the Bucs. What does that tell you? That he wants to be a part of this organization and he wants to finish out his career as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Let's go on to Anthony Richardson. Can't wait for the Bears to draft a real quarterback. Roger says we have our quarterback number 1. Tom says Bears should trade for arguably the best under the radar, even wide receiver T. Higgins. Long time, Peter. Hope all has been well. There's a lot of talented free agents with NFL experience looking for work, but their egos are too big for the NFL. Who does that hurt more, the player who uses a sign or the UFL? Are you talking about UFL? Well, I mean, with the NFL experience looking for work, but their egos are too big for the UFL. Who does that hurt more, the player who refuses to sign or the UFL? Well, I think it hurts the player because the player is trying to get that opportunity to play in another league and they can't play in the NFL anymore. And you get that opportunity to play with the team. You have to humble yourself, right? We learned that from Baker Mayfield, right? He humbled himself. He's matured. He's got cut from both teams. He's now on the Bucs for $4.5 million. If he doesn't humble himself, he doesn't get that big payday. You know, that player that has that NFL experience, maybe that is their second chance to prove to somebody that they still got a little gas in the tank. So, Mike Tackett, great question. Thank you very much for it.
Oh, yeah.
To answer your question, I think it hurts the player more than it hurts the league because any way it goes, the UFL, of course, now with the USFL, XFL joining up, which will be great coming up here in the next couple months with The Rock running that, running everything, it seems like right now in WWE, but running that league, that it's going to be, you know, somewhat entertaining football, and they're still going to have players that are going to be able to go out there and have some talent, have some NFL experience. The player is going to be hurt more because they're not going to get that second chance. Greek, come on. Neil was lost out there. He was. Dave, Devin White is coming back on a cheap contract. It's just a prediction. All right, Dave, appreciate you. That's what I said. 1 year prove it deal. Dave again. D. White has no market right now from his tape like last season. It was terrible. Fish McWilliamson, I'll agree with you on that. Fish again. I would take a flyer on Chase Young still. I would do the same thing. The problem is that Chase takes off way too many plays. He's still out there, I guess. He hasn't been signed, and I think there's a reason why. Because he went on a great organization, a great team like the 49ers, and he's been exposed. It's not a Washington Commanders situation. Like the tape is out there. Like the tape doesn't lie. It doesn't. It's not good. So he's giving up on plays. He's not playing to the whistle. He's not playing great football, and people are catching on it. Clowney made the first round from one hit in a bowl game against Michigan right there at Raymond James Stadium. Clowney is a glass-built diva, says Mike Tackett. Let's go out to Dave. Greek, do you like Levante David as a Hall of Famer? I'll answer that question. I think he's a Hall of Famer that's been overlooked. Is he first ballot? You compare his statistics to some of the best linebackers in this era. It's going to surprise you. David is going to absolutely rule the day. But the problem is because David hasn't been on those winning teams, nobody's been able to focus on that, although he was able to win a Super Bowl just a couple years ago. So it kind of puts that to bed. But once again, David, as talented as he is, he has the numbers. He may not be first ballot because he didn't play with a lot of winning teams. That's a shame, but that's how it goes. Nicholas says, Greek, pay the man his wings. KR, laugh my ass off. Harry with his little buddy pawning at the mic. Question, what is more important position left for the Bucs to address? I still think it's edge rusher. I think it's center. You got to fix that offensive line. Corner, possibly. So those are where even tight end. I like Kate Otten, but I still think he could add to that situation in the later rounds. Question. All right. So good stuff there, KR. Appreciate the question.
Oh, yeah.
We owe you wings, by the way. Also, let's see here. Nicholas, bid him, Sheba. Bid him. Greeks don't lie. Thank you to Giant Goopballs, who, by the way, the Giants have been very, very busy. Have to get you on to talk about what has happened in your free agency period. You got to be a little bit happy. I know there's a little bit somber Giants out there losing Saquon Barkley. And then you get one of the best young pass rushers. Has the potential to be Brian Burns, paying him $150 million. You pair him up with Kayvon Thibodeau, and that's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting combination for the Giants going defense there. If they sign White back, they put him in the edge and let him rush. I like that idea a lot. Fish McWilliamson. Harry, did you give the money, though? Peter kept the cash. Nicholas, White is either going to Green Bay or New Orleans. We'll see. Peter needs the Father Nelson.
This guy sucks.
That's Big Girls Don't Cry. You should know that one. Fish says Brits is too slow in coverage, though. Very true. So you may be looking to upgrade that situation. Also, later on in the draft, or go with somebody in-house. Maybe a Russell, maybe a Savasier Dennis, who they drafted last year in the draft. Yeah, he was, but he was better than White. Greekite, says Roger Shue. Go Bucs. Let's go.
How about them Bucks, baby?
Let's go out to two giant goofballs. Do not impugn the honor of the Greeks or you'll get a baklava to your face. Great comment. Fish McWilliamson. Bowl has been packed and smoked already. Roger, Pico, eat your hot dog with ketchup. Paul, someone is holding the man's wings. Now I'm creating baklava. Okay. Jeremiah, everyone's shadow is here. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
We got some characters on this show. I love this. I mean, I love to do this show every night if I could. I would do 2-3 hours. We have more advertisers because we have so many characters, so many calls, so many Bucs fans, so many sports fans. I mean, this is the reason why you do a show on Monday or Wednesday night at 9:00 or when there's breaking news because you have so much commentary here. And I think this is what sports radio is all about. This is what sports television is all about. All right, let's go out to David here. I think they need to move Levante David back into the middle. I know he's a little small, but every time that man is in the middle, our defense is almost lights out. Okay. Paul, so what is the fix, left guard or center? You fix the center situation or the left guard. I don't know who. Maybe both. Maybe you addressed both of those in the draft in the first 2 rounds. Opa! Fish McWilliamson, smoke more bowls. That's the fix. All right, Nicholas, Mr. Woods, I'll buy you. It's Mr. Williams. I'll buy you some wings at Ferg's. All Greeks are not like Harry. Two giant goofballs. Did he just say fix is handsy? Fish, Johnson Powers will not be there at 26. He'll be gone by then. We'll see. We should have signed Mitch Morse. Okay. Lions playing Tampa Bay this season. Davis looking to prove something should be good. Took a shot at the Tampa Bay fan base by saying they're decent compared to the Lions fan base. Come on now, man. Carlton Davis, what are you doing? But that's Carlton Davis for you. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Absolutely. Where's the Scooby-Doo? All right, there we go. Let's go out to Nicholas. Love you here. You just busting your balls. Bring back JPP. They're not doing that at all. So
How about new?
David says, yeah, you can get good offensive linemen later in the draft. Ryan Jensen was a 6th-round pick. Paul, so at 26, edge player, I could see that. Mr. Irrelevant almost won a Super Bowl. Good stuff, Dave. So Dave Moser, you got Dave England here. I think Jason takes the extra 3rd-round pick from Davis trade, uses it to move up to draft Powers around 16th or 17th pick. We will definitely come back to that conversation. Good comment.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to Fish. Would love to get Chop Robinson at 26. Dave, I like Chop too, but I don't want UCLA guy that's been talked about there. Great calls tonight. Absolutely. 2 giant goofballs. The celebration of the last ring. Chop Robinson would be amazing. Kool-Aid McCaffrey, I don't know, but he's been popping up in mock drafts all over Twitter. 2 giant goofballs. Don't forget the Giants. Absolutely. I even like Jared Verse. Yeah, but Verse is not going to be there at 26. That'd be a pipe dream. You get Jared Verse if you're the Bucs. I mean, it's pretty good. Like that kid. Kid plays tough, plays hard. He's got a great story. Wasn't even supposed to be recruited by FSU. Gets recruited and lights out. So, lots to talk about using the extra 3rd-round pick to trade for a defensive end. Josh Sweat has been heavily named. There we go. So, the rumors are running rampant when it comes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And if something happens, we got breaking news. We will come to you with that. He lost me when he leaped into his mommy's arms to cry. But if he does drop there, what if the Giants try to trade up for him? Are you okay with that? What do you guys have, 5 or 6? Caleb Williams paints his nails, cries in his mom's arms. You read that. Shut up, Alexander. Fish McWilliamson. I take him or Hassan Reddick. Fact says Eric. Fish again. Chicago sucks, period. Their teams, their city. Fish, I don't know who you are, but thanks a lot for tuning in tonight. Appreciate it. Always welcome. Always welcome to call in, too. Harrison, but Neighbors isn't far away. They think probably has the higher ceiling. Good point. Roger says Mama's best food on the docks. Wirfs might not be signed this season, but he will be. Yeah, you're not going to allow him to get out of the building. That's for sure. You could see Jason Light today. That's definitely a priority. Yeah, I think they will wait till next offseason to sign Wirfs. He's going to reset the tackle market. Steven says, would A.J. Dillon fit for a big back? He would, but how much would he command? with this running back market. Better option than Chase Edmonds, but Edmonds has been signed. Again, we should have signed Mitch Morse, okay? Or get Bradley Bozeman, okay? Jason is letting the free agent dust to settle, then go out and sign some good players on cheap deals. Exactly. That's exactly what he's doing. That's what he's good at. Why are you excited about re-signing players that made a bad defense instead of improving the defense? Because if you ain't improving, you're getting worse. Well, you get better. Jordan Whitehead is a good improvement. Levante David was the best linebacker on this team. Baker Mayfield is a great re-signing because of what he did last year, Tom. 28 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 34 touchdowns total with 12 interceptions. Mike Evans, Mr. Buck, probably the best offensive Buck of all time besides Mike Allstott or James Wilder. So, yeah, you got to definitely get excited about what they're doing. Greg Gaines, they re-sign him. Chase McLaughlin, we didn't mention him, the kicker, who Ray loves to mention. How accurate was he? So, a lot of things to get excited about. Even we all know that there's still work to do, and the Bucs will get this work done. But with some of these contracts, and look, if they do re-sign in Winfield Jr., then it's going to offer them more flexibility to get some of these deals done in free agency with some other players. If they do get a deal done with Tristan Wirfs, then it will give them that flexibility. That's what it comes down to. So, yeah, it's okay, Tom, for fans to be excited. They should be excited about what they did. I looked no lineman named Fruit of a Loom. That's true. James says, welcome back, Jordan. I'm thankful for the re-signings. Absolutely.
Ooh, yeah.
Great stuff, Flash. Dave, Levante made the D bad. Whitehead back, which replaces a bad nil. Great signings. Exactly. That improves your defense. Even though Levante David one more year, can we all not admit that he was the best linebacker on this team? He was. He was better than Devin White. That's why White has not got a contract offer from anybody, because David, even at his age of 34 years old, still the best linebacker on your team. Why? Effort is there. Talent is still there. He wants it. I would like to see more of Levante David rub off on Devin White with the play. I would. James, the good thing now is you can work on the defense in the draft too. Absolutely, James. Draft another linebacker later rounds and focus on OL early. Good comment.
Woo!
Fish McWilliamson, go Phillies. Okay. All right. The weird big question is, what do you do with Trask now? I have no idea. Of course, we heard from Jason Light before the Baker contract got signed that they could go with Kyle Trask. So we'll see how this organization, approaches it. Again, if they draft a quarterback, I think Kyle Trask and his days are over with. If they don't, you have Trask on this roster, I guess they're going to battle it out again. But I think your Baker is basically your starter at this point with that new contract. So you keep Trask as a backup, and you knock on wood. Hopefully you don't have an injury to Mayfield. They would have loved to have kept Whitehead, but at the time they didn't have the money. You're right. Apparently they have no faith in Trask. I mean, their actions speak louder than their words. JPJ is a stud. Paul, Trask is why you have a bench. Paul says, again, do you see our tight end improving this year? Otten, absolutely. It's got to get more consistent. I go back to this. This is a great question by Paul. So thanks a lot for the question here on the Evolution. Interacting tonight. Appreciate it. Definitely continue to do that. Always welcome with that. But, talking to first round pick Anthony Becht on the JP Peterson show, he said this kid just needs more reps. That's what it comes down to. And you could see, the more reps, he's not knocking you out athletically, right? But the more reps he gets, the better he gets. He needs to be more consistent when it comes to his hands. Dropped too many critical passes last year. We also saw him catch some big touchdowns in those key situations. Does he need to get better as a blocker? Absolutely. Could the Bucs address this position? They have Payne Durham, who they drafted last year later on. Could they stick with him? Could they upgrade that? Could definitely upgrade that in the later rounds. No, says Flash. Tom, Russell Wilson isn't the same player anymore. He can't play anymore. I don't think he's the same player. We'll see what he does in Pittsburgh. Russell, when he got away from a solid D and a good running game, his flaws showed. Very good point.
Ooh, yeah.
Dave, again, Pittsburgh's good defense, good running game equals better Wilson. Exactly. It's going to a perfect situation. Fish McWilliamson, there were too many Traskineers. Absolutely. Good night, all. Thank you, Roger, for tuning in. Hello, Harry the Greek. says, you know I'm right. Mike Hannafin, hey there, Harry. Everybody liking Harry right now. Good little fan base of Greek guides here on the evolution of sports talk television. Baker totally proved me wrong. Won me over. I like the mature Baker that was humbled by his journey to the Bucs, and now the Bucs get a solid quarterback. Good comment.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to Jimmy here. Harry, was that you sticking up for? Well, yeah, you didn't think I knew that was you, huh? Laugh my ass off. Should I tell the people? Paul, fix the line, run the ball. Sean Tucker is who you're thinking of, Peter. Thanks a lot, Tim. Appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly right. Greg, thanks, Peter and Harry. Go Bucs. Go Bucs.
How about them Bucks, baby?
Jimmy, again, I think Harry got a little scary and had to have a sidebar note with Pete. Mike, we need a better running back. Mike, I like White. I think he's going to get better and better. Just remember, he's still young, 22, 23 years old. Needs more opportunities, but on top of it, you got to improve that offensive line. You got to open up some of those holes there for him. Jimmy is laughing. Love you, Greek, says Dave. Fish McWilliamson, you guys always put on a great show. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Jimmy, yep, freaked out. It's me, buddy. You knew it. And the minute I dropped that hint, you had to double check, then shut your mouth and let the chat because I caught you supporting at what time. Laugh my ass off. But hey, you're so rich. Okay, Jimmy. Go Phillies. You're the man, Peter Blake. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Jimmy says a picture's worth a million words. I wonder how much mine are worth in dollars. Okay. And Carlton Davis is trash. Good riddance. A lot of people, well, Pete does. Who got diamonds in the rough? Harry. Jimmy, this stuff is too funny, of course. He cut the line. Let's see here. Paul, Corvette with a Model T motor, a.k.a. Atlanta. Jeremy says, schedule release. That is coming up here soon. Great show tonight, Pete. Really enjoyed it. Fish, thanks a lot for tuning in to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. Always welcome to chime in, text in, call in. Always appreciate that. Dominic says, hey, man, I'm from the Structure Fire. Yes, sir. I remember you. Thanks a lot for tuning in. What do you think about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? You always have tuned in, and I appreciate that. Met you on the side of the road there in Holiday. So thanks a lot for chiming in as always. Fish again, Buccaneer fan here, living in Philadelphia. Gotta love that.
Oh, yeah.
Scott, draft number 1 SEC pass rusher or SEC rusher, Missouri running back, Cody Schrader, the shredder, slasher like McCaffrey. You know, McCaffrey, his brother is in this draft named Luke. We saw him at Rice, so we'll see how that falls. But I will take a look at him, Scott. You've been very high on him, so we'll definitely check him out. You are in hostile territory. Stay safe. Yes, I mean, you got to love that. Like that guy right there, Fish, he's a Bucs fan in Philly with all the history with the Eagles. So you definitely come on back here. Nick says, Bears picking Williams. Fields at this point will be a backup unless Denver gives up that number 12. Sitton says, yes, sir. Jimmy froze up again. We're back. What's up, Peter? What's going on, buddy? Damn, you keep on glitching out. Can't hear you. Spencer Rattler, Coleman, and Trey Enron. Jimmy, Trey Benson for the draft. That's certainly possible. Trey Benson, I like him a lot. So we'll see where he falls. 4.4 speed. Fish is right about Chicago. Jimmy, we can knock that out of the park. We can draft Trey Benson and Rattler as quarterback. Will be golden and get them late. Certainly possible. I take drafting Jordan Travis later on in the draft too. You may get him late and definitely could show you. The thing is, you know, Travis coming off that injury. So where does he go? But you could see the young man. He can make all the throws. Maybe not necessarily the NFL typical body, but definitely improved his game over the last couple years. Jimmy, he's a great backup for backup. Eugene Thomas. Hey, bro, what's going on, buddy? Actually, I would put this out there.
What is your name? I told you. It doesn't matter what your name is.
I know you like that, Eugene. Eugene Thomas of Buck What You Heard, thanks a lot for tuning in there. Appreciate you, boss. Think Russ and Pickett are alike. Steelers brought him to help Kenny mature as a better quarterback. We'll see. Fantastic show tonight, Peter. Good night and go Bucs. Absolutely go Bucs.
How about them Bucks, baby?
Hold on.
B-U-C-C-A-N-E-E-R-S. Go Bucs.
All right. Thanks a lot, Dave. Appreciate you. As always, Jason Light has been dealing this offseason. 4 top 100 picks for the draft. That is so important, Eugene. You know this all too well. We've got to get you on this show to talk about that because that's exciting because then it gives you that flexibility. So if there's a player that drops down, you can go up there, or say you take somebody at 26 and somebody starts to drop down in that second round, or maybe that first round, even that first round, you take another third round pick and trade back into that first round to get somebody. It's certainly possible, but you're exactly right. In my opinion, we need to go with edge rusher the first round. We can always pick up good players in the second to third round to fill the other spots, but with Barrett being gone now, absolutely. Matthew, I can see the Vikings trading for Fields. Go Bucs. But Matthew, would the Bears do that trade to have to face Fields twice a year with Jefferson there? But by the way, Jefferson just turned down a $30 million contract. So I don't know if he's necessarily interested in coming back with the Vikings. Would that help? Would Justin Fields help there? I don't know if the Bears would trade in division. We'll see. Only time I can think of that, Matthew, and it's a good comment, is when Donovan McNabb, who was basically washed up, went from Philly to Washington, and Philly knew what they were doing. Justin Fields still has a lot in that tank, a lot of ability, a lot of potential. Peter, how pissed off with the Gator fans be if they drafted Travis Slayton and made him quarterback number 2? Oh, it would just be a spectacle here that I would absolutely embrace every night of the week, as it would be Jordan Travis or Kyle Trask, and it wouldn't matter because Baker Mayfield will be your starting quarterback. But it'd be lovely. Let's go out to Mr. Eugene Thomas, a Buck What You Heard. Welcome to the Evolution here on a late night, happy hump day edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, man, it's football is in full swing right now, the off season. Everybody's making moves, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean, what would you give Jason Light and the administration here? And I don't know if you saw the question I asked about the boat parade. I'll have to post that on Twitter. I didn't get a chance to post it, but we also had a one-on-one JP did with Baker Mayfield. But with that being said, with all the re-signings of Baker and Mike and Antoine Winfield Jr. coming back on the franchise tag and getting Jordan Whitehead, what would you give this administration? What letter grade right now for what the Bucs have done in free agency early, and it's just started?
Well, I'm already a Jason Light fan. I mean, just looking at his body of work, what he's done from the Super Bowl to the present, and he's managed the cap as well as he has. You look at some of the other teams throughout the NFL, and look at our division, look at the Saints.
Yeah.
Continually kicking the can down the road. We see how he's been able to bring in quality players for low prices, and he's gotten the most out of them. And he's really helped Todd Bowles to get the players that he needs for his defense. So there is so much that can happen between now and get day one. And it's just going to be really cool to watch it. So I would give him an A.
Yeah.
But I always say that because if you think about it, at the beginning of the off season, everybody was worried about Mike Evans. Everybody was worried about Baker Mayfield. Everybody was worried about the kicker. Everybody was worried about, is Levante David going to come back?
Yep.
And I think everything he's done has, he's been spot on. And, he still put himself in a position to really do some big things. I mean, moving Carlton Davis, a lot of people didn't like the move. But, I mean, if you think about it, Carlton Davis hasn't played a full season as a Buccaneer. It just hasn't happened. And, the best ability is availability. So, again, I like his forward thinking. I think he shredded like $14 million. I think he saved the Bucs like $14 million or something like that. I'm not a cap guy.
Yeah, it's like $6 or $7 million. I don't know if it's necessarily it's all 14, but you're exactly right. It gives them more flexibility, and you're exactly right about that. Davis, the last couple of years, not able to stay healthy. Furthermore, I think he's on the decline, whether it's effort or whatever. He got the Super Bowl, and his tackling is not necessarily there. He's getting burned on plays, whether it's too much zone, and he's a man-to-man guy, which the Lions will be able to play. I'm not sure what it is. And maybe it's a change of scenery, because we know how talented Davis can be when he's healthy. The problem is the last 3 years he's missed 16 games. So you have Jamel Dean, you have a young player in Zion McCollum, and we know how Todd Bowles and this defense likes to work. They like to develop these young cornerbacks, and you just have to have faith. And, they also have Christian Itzian, and you can also address that in the draft if you want to at 26. You can literally take the best player available at 20. I don't think the Bucs have a major need per se. Probably edge, probably guard or center, but not a major need where you're just pegged into that. You take the best player available and maybe a corner.
Yeah, I mean, look at the moves that they've made in the past. With nobody expected Yaya Diaby to emerge to play the way he's played, or Kalijah Cansey to come on the way he's come on. And, again, Jason Light has taken the best player available and he's gotten the most out of him. And again, I don't know of any perfect GM out there that's hit on every draft pick, but he's gotten great value for the players that he's brought in. So I'm just excited to see him work. Who knows? He may couple of those picks, so one of those third round picks, move up and get somebody else. We don't know what Jason Light is capable of doing. Look at Tristan Wirfs. How the Bucs came in and scooped up Tristan Wirfs, and nobody expected that. Again, you got to let the administration work, let them cook and do what they do, and you got to trust the process. I think Jason Light has earned that from this fan base, even though we don't see it, based on social media, but he has earned our trust, or at least mine, I would say that.
Correct. I completely agree with that. The last 5 to 7 years, I definitely think you can make the case, and, building that team up. And I know we continue to go back to it, building it up. Tom Brady chooses you make the trade for Gronk, you get JPP on a trade, and people forget about this. And then you try to rebuild the team again, and you try to go for it. And now you take the Brady cap hit, you still make the playoffs, you're more improved. I think, the sky is falling bit by a lot of Bucs fans. It's just tired and washed up, and it's the national media more than anything else. They put this nonsense out there, and they try to feed the Bucs fans out there that, they don't know what they're doing and they're going to lose all these players, and it never happens. It's like Peter and the wolf. Peter and cried wolf, and it never happens. So I just.
Last thing, I do want to say that they might as well go ahead and put Levante David in the Ring of Honor.
Agree.
They might as well put Jason Light in there too this year.
Yeah, why not?
Because I mean, me, I've always been a Rich McKay guy, but what Jason Light has been able to accomplish in his time as a Bucs GM, going from having a bare cupboard to continually having to re-sign the players that you draft because they're so good that you don't need to go out and get other players. I mean, that speaks volumes about his ability. And I can't think of any other general manager in Bucs history that has done what Jason Light has been able to do, especially when in this era of free agency.
Yeah, the debate used to be out there whether it was Rich McKay and what he did with building that team and going to the Super Bowl, or Jason Light. But I think Light has surpassed him now with the building of these teams. And especially if he wins another Super Bowl, you could definitely characterize Jason Light as most likely the best general manager in Bucs history. It's crazy to say that because, I know there's a lot of fans that were trying to run him out of town at first, him and Lovey and Dirk Cutter and the pick of Jameis Winston, and there kicker. There were some flubs, but the thing you love about Jason Light is he's able to take his medicine, move on from that player, correct the mistake, go out there, get a free agent, go out there and draft somebody that will replace that mistake and be that much better. More hits than misses, in my opinion. Mr.
100%.
Yes, Mr. Gene Thomas, I'm going to put you through a table if you don't continue to call this show. All right, my friend?
All right, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you as always. Nothing but love, man, and everything you're doing also for the Bucs fan base. Anytime you need some help, you let me know, all right?
All right, brother. Talk to you later.
All right, brother. Love you. Good stuff, man. Eugene Thomas, Buck what you heard. Love it. Love it, man. All right. So let's go ahead and wrap this up here. It's almost 3 hours, guys. Great show, Peter Blake. Thank you very much, Jim.
Damn it, Jim. What the hell's the matter with you?
Very good, Fish. Effing a go Bucks, baby.
Let's go!
You don't trade with your division. And Mike, to finish it out, there are a lot of talented free agents with NFL experience. I already answered that question for you. I think it's more so on the players. It hurts the players than the league itself. Thanks a lot to all the guests for the night. Mr. Leo Haggerty, the legend himself, former Coach Scout and now media member of Night Sports Productions and Amped Up Sports. And, of course, Harry the Greek, my co-host there. We don't always see eye to eye. We don't always agree. But, damn, you are so freaking entertaining. I love your brother, the professional handicapper extraordinaire of this show. And as always, the calls. You guys make it. You guys make it what it is. The sports web is the evolution of sports talk television. What is it? Is it a TV show? Is it a radio show? It's both. It's for the Bucs fan, by the Bucs fan. It's for the football fan out there. You're always welcome on this show. Give to the content. Facebook stars are out there. Like and subscribe to the sports web on YouTube and do 3 things. I got to rev it up. You know it. You love it. You got to have it. So scream it now. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for fans of the sports web and the Tampa Bay sports fan, it's your time. We'll see you next time on the evolution of sports talk television. Have a good night. They've been able to get these deals done. You know, the sky was falling when the Bucs win the Super Bowl and they're able to re-sign all their guys back. The sky is falling. They're able, once again, to re-sign all their guys. The sky is falling with Levante David and Jamel Dean supposedly going somewhere else, and they re-sign them. So I think this is where you have faith in Jason Light and Mike Greenberg and Jacqueline Davidson over there because they know what they're doing. And Bucs fans, just sit back, relax, put your seatbelt on because the rumors will be flying about Mike Evans supposedly going to those places that I mentioned in Kansas City, Houston, even the Chicago Bears. But at the end of the day, my prediction right now, it is a lock. Baker Mayfield will come back. Mike Evans will come back. Antoine Winfield will come back. Tristan Wirfs will come back. Levante David will come back. This